Going live, and let's do Adam's thing where he does his. As much space as I can get to think of this over. Holy fucking shit, let's go. Podcast is going, let's fucking start it. Let's theme song. End of the theme song. I'm Phoenix West. No, it's just starting over. Guys, talk over it. Phoenix West.
Adam Wilcox.
Dick it.
We watched Chiller 105, number 6. I should have known right away when the title was that fucking dumb and they don't tell it number 5 or something like that I was going to be pissed off, and here I fucking am. I chose this one because I had to choose between 4 episodes. The 5th one was the one I wanted to watch. It was like The Man Who Didn't Believe in Ghosts. I'm like, that title sounds somewhat fun. I can't imagine we'd be in any better of a situation had we chosen that one, but I don't want to apologize because I didn't have a choice on this one.
We don't expect you to apologize because we suffered through it with you. So,
oh my god, 52 minutes. This episode's 52 minutes. It's British, and holy fucking shit. Where do I begin on this one? Okay, so apparently it's about a homicide detective tracking down the investigations of a murder of 5 children. I'm reading the IMDb thing. Aware that the serial killer is likely to strike for the 6th time. That's why it's called number 6. I didn't get any of that.
He lives on a boat.
he has a cool leather jacket.
And he's banging the teacher.
So our characters are the wife, the ex-wife, and her child, who ends up potentially being number 6 had he been killed.
Stephen Graham.
We got his ex-wife, her ex-husband rather, who lives on a boat, like you said, wears a leather jacket, and he thinks he's 20 years old, but he's 43.
It's got emo hair.
We got the school teacher he's banging, who Adam wanted to put in like a Van Halen or Poison video.
Too Hot for Teacher, Van Halen, 1980 something.
Yeah. Other than that, we got people talking in British living rooms, kitchens, diners. This is a
schoolyards, alleys, bathrooms,
library,
kitchens.
It's a cavalcade of sad locations and zero plot, zero script, and it's an onslaught. It doesn't fucking end when they're sitting around having the same conversations. Some black dude looks like Malcolm X shows up and shows this guy children's drawings for 20 minutes.
Somebody had a sheet of loose leaf paper and tried to come up with this. I want you to come up with as many locations as you possibly can for a budget of $20. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to shoot every single fucking one of those locations as many times as we possibly can.
Well, it's all outside.
A long establishing shot to get there.
It's all outside right now. You can do it right now, mate.
And when I say the long establishing shot, I don't really know my film terminology like you guys do. I just know that remember a lot of those movies in the 70s where there was always like a lot of like zoom out type shots and then zoom in, zoom out. They did that shit a lot in the 70s. They did that in this for some reason, even though it was shot in 1990 something. So the guy that directed this, is he like some old fart that thinks he's talented?
He thinks he's Robert Altman. I don't know. Robert Altman's famous for having that wide establishing shot, and then he'll have people mic'd up and they're walking through the scene. And eventually,
first of all, you're doing complicated shots of really boring fucking things, like the most boring, god awful, gray, piss poor, fucking awful shit you can come up with, and like showing off these fucking camera skills for something that nobody wants to look at. Like it's just shit that we've seen like a million times in this episode alone, if not anywhere else.
If this were an MST3K episode, I still wouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
I'd
rather watch one of the Gamera ones.
They couldn't make it fun. It's impossible. There's no fun to be found here. It's people, old British people, having slow whispering conversations in random rooms of a house about nothing. About, here's children who drew this, and it's a lollipop man. And I'm like, this could be fun. Like they did it in the, what's that fucking movie? Where the kids kill the parents. What's that fucking? There's 2 of them. Sinister.
Yeah.
That's kind of what they're going for. sort of thing, but it doesn't work at all because none of it adds up and none of it fucking matters. And we're introduced to characters. None of us can name a single character name. And we're just stuck with scenes that don't tie together. Like we said, it reads like 50 separate movies that are just strung together for no fucking reason, and they call it a plot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stand another British person whispering. Fucking enunciate. Have some emotion. Your child's about to be killed, and they're like, "I don't want my child to be killed."
A whole trilogy of Don Doler movies would be more entertaining than this.
Well, now you had the mother in the library go ape shit when they said your kids was killed. Oh, Lord.
That was a minute 48 out of 52.
Yeah, I know.
That was like fucking 8 seconds that she flipped out, and then she's oh yeah, that's right, I'm British. I got to go back to being.
Stiff upper lip, mate. Stiff upper lip.
I get that British people are emotionally detached. Trust me, I get that.
Emotionally dead.
But
Just like
don't do this storyline if you're not going to be emotionally attached to your child being murdered. Don't do that story. If you can't fucking handle it, don't do it. Do something else. I'm angry. I'm fucking angry. And why the fuck does this have a 6.9 on IMDb? 48 people are fucking atrocious idiots that voted for this thing and gave it a 6.9.
that was the crew.
Yeah, people worked on it.
So what year was it?
How in the holy fuck is this from 95? It looks like it's from
1995. Ooh, yes. Ooh.
Like I said, it looks like
You
it
know
was
what-
shot in 75.
You know
by a
it came out-
70-year-old, 5-year-old man.
You know it came out in 1995. The movie Seven.
That's what I said during the commentary.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They had stuff like that to go on. They had things with pacing and like taught scripts. And this is like, nah, we don't need any of that. Oi, mate, fuck it. Just have them sit there and talk in a classroom and look at slides of pictures children drew.
Oh, I got an idea,
we
mate.
had 2 redeeming features, none of which are good enough to elevate the score of this at all. But we liked the little intro for Chiller. That was kind of cool. We liked that. And we definitely liked the British version of Rebecca De Mornay as the hot MILF teacher.
Well,
That's
what
it.
happened to the librarian girl, the old woman that went up the stairs? Remember the girl, the librarian from Ghostbusters? She just disappears out of the show. What happened to her?
She got fired.
She shows
She
up
went-
later. You said she was the mom from that 70s show. That's the same lady.
Was it?
Yeah.
See, I
They
blocked it
pulled
out.
they pulled the room and changed the cast members at the end of the fucking movie.
I have cancer. I'm dying of cancer, you know.
Breast cancer.
Breast
All
cancer.
I'm going to cut something because it's going to make me a little more happy. And
Oh, please tell
Adam
me
was saying,
it's a bomb.
no, Adam was saying that this plays like this,
Yeah.
which we'll also talk about him in the next episode.
You don't have to say anything, David. You gonna say I told you so? If I was still alive, I probably would. But I did tell you so, you
Yeah, you pulled that shit up quick.
While you're talking, I
You
pulled
look
it up.
awful.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
I'm going to stop it because I don't want to get shut off. But
I watched that. I
yeah,
gotta watch
you'll-
that
you'll
movie
get the-
again.
I don't
You
even know.
get DMCA'd to fucking
yeah,
Stonehenge.
but I also want to.
You can probably show
time
the,
with that.
You probably can't show the porno anyway. So
Well, I tried to.
what he's
find-
talking about is you talk about the porno from
Yeah.
American Werewolf in London that they're watching in Piccadilly Circus. That porno that they're watching was more entertaining than what we sat through.
But it reminded us because it's like nonsensical, but that's funny on purpose because it's John Landis, and this is just
It was full blown whimsy.
You know what? So, can you look up on YouTube? Type in Don Rickles' Vampire Death, and maybe you can see that scene. We can watch it because it's actually really well done. See if it shows up.
anything else I can do for you guys. No.
Because I mean, I'd rather watch that than talk about this fucking episode. We were talking about Innocent Blood for about 20 minutes because it was a pretty decent flick. And I want to give credit to John Landis when John Landis is
Yeah,
due.
this episode was like watching paint dry.
You gotta fast forward a little bit. Keep going. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
This
cool.
is great. This is great. Right there. Stop right there. Look at his
Don
face.
Rickles is a fucking vampire.
This is awesome.
Skyman Carruthers? Oh, he's white now. What the fuck? Gonna pause it for a second.
She screams for like 5 minutes. It's hilarious.
And go.
Antoine got a little hot under the collar.
Do I need to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Should I fast forward a bit?
Right there. You gotta see the part where his arm falls off. Yeah, go back. That part's awesome. Watch.
All right.
Those
No,
reactions.
keep going. Oh, there's more to it. It's great.
If he shows the whole thing, they'll take the video down from YouTube.
Yeah, I'll show a little
No,
bit.
they won't, because John Lannis
I think
will
the
give us a
rule is like
check.
15 seconds or something like that.
All right, that's all I'm gonna show. I want to watch that movie now.
It's actually really good. I liked it a lot.
Sounds great.
The movie's up on the top screen. They still have yet to show in the porno.
Ha! Well, I think it's just an audio, isn't it? The joke's
He
the
goes,
audio.
great
They show
movie.
the screen, but yeah,
That's the couple you killed in the outside that one door. Hi.
yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Oh God, that movie is good. You forget how good American Werewolf in London is,
Oh,
because one of those. I know it's talked
because
about,
I wish I was watching that. Yeah.
but it's really well done. Well, John Landis was very
Ugh.
good at what he did, man.
all right. I found it, but there's titty on screen. So let's see how we can do this.
Just tell the kids don't to watch.
I'll play the audio.
That name. Okay, thank you. Bye.
There you go.
Werewolf. Here it is. I think I can show this part. Back outside. I want that part where. Oh, sorry. I don't know you, mister.
Now, wouldn't it be great if
Okay, I don't care.
number 6 was John Carpenter as the character from Body Bags? He was the killer.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
That's
John
a bunch
Carpenter's-
of dead weight.
His
I was
corner
all
scenes
pumped to
are-
start talking about body bags, and we sat through Chiller, and I feel like I aged slowly by 2 years watching that fucking episode.
Well, at one point you go, we're 16 minutes in. I'm like, oh, I wish. And the show was like 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
so
talked
painful.
for like four or 5 minutes, and then you started it, and I forgot that. Yeah, we're like, I don't know. That's
Boom,
what I watched.
Chiller.
Yeah, boom, Chiller.
Part of the problem is we didn't talk that much in the beginning, so we got all the setup.
No,
There just
we
wasn't any.
we were trying to know what was going on. It was just that boring. It really meanders for a fucking long time.
We're losing dick.
The pacing is horrendous, just absolutely horrendous.
Oh, when it first began, Adam goes, all right, the pacing's a 4, and now what do you want to give it, the pacing?
I'm giving the whole fucking episode a 1. There's no redeeming qualities here. There's nothing to be to I don't know what the fuck we're going to talk about. Nothing happens for like 52 minutes, and the only reason you even know what's going on is you read the synopsis, which is more than I bothered to fucking, because the way you advertise the show is we watch all these things individually and we judge them each as its own thing. Okay, so we shouldn't have to be spoon fed a bunch of setup. You know what I mean? So if I had to read the synopsis to know what was going on in this, then this show failed miserably. It's a 1. This is a genuine 1. I cannot budge on that score.
I've never read the synopsis on the show before. If I pick the episode, I look into it and I read the synopsis on my own, show it, and that's what we do. But this one, I'm like, we were a few minutes in, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. All right, let's go find out what this is about. 'Cause I forgot.
Where's the
I forgot.
cliff notes? Where's the damn cliff notes?
But the previous episode is the man who didn't believe in ghosts. Professional debunker of paranormal moves into the Wind Whistle Hall with his family, only to find themselves involved in a series of unexplained events and blah blah blah. Sounds way better.
That would have been better.
But it's the only episode of this series. There's only 5 episodes for this series. I wonder fucking why. Only one I couldn't find. The only one that sounds interesting is the one I couldn't find. This
It's a
series
mystery.
fucks you
This is
7
probably a show that got canceled, maybe?
Well, you say that, but I'm looking at it right now, and it says 1995 dash parentheses, like it never was officially canceled. So it could come back at any time.
Oh,
After
like
25
fucking
years.
herpes, it'll just come back out of nowhere.
Holy shit. This show's terrible. It makes
Yeah.
as great as Inside Number 9 is, this is the yin to its yang. This is
Yeah.
it's the exact opposite. It is so boring.
We had kind of a nice little run going with all the British shows that we've been watching, and this one brought it to a screeching halt. You're not, British TV is not superior to American TV. They have just as much shit as we do. We just happen to finally stumble upon it.
We just get the shit that gets sifted to the top. It gets stuck in the little cat tray thing.
Well, this one
was
was a wheel pick, right? You got this off the wheel. The wheel is fucking cursed. It hates you and it hates us too.
Well, funny you say it's cursed because we're going to continue talking about this episode, but let's get our pick for next week out of the way, Adam, where you have to pick.
Oh, God, fuck. No.
And speaking of
it's going to be Alcoa Goodyear Theater again. God damn it.
I made the wheel knowing today would suck, not even knowing much about the episode.
I think you secretly have this thing programmed so that no matter what I say, it just picks a certain thing, and I just have to deal with it.
I did, so that way I could lay claim to that. But look, I have a picture of in the middle there. It's the bingo hopper. Like bingo hopper and the wheel are.
Looks like hash browns and bacon.
Yeah. It's pentagram.
Well, we know what's on your mind.
It was a side of shit.
So, Adam, this is your pick. Tell me when this. Oh, you want me to shuffle?
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Tell me when to spin. Let me go full screen.
Spin.
I made some changes. The Veil. Boris Karloff show, I believe.
Well, at least we got Boris Karloff.
I changed the display there. So now it's
Yeah, I
just
noticed.
itself. Take a screenshot of that. All right. So we're watching The Veil, which by all accounts is a good show. So let's look up The Veil.
We deserve a good show after this one.
The Veil. I believe that's Boris Karloff. I could be wrong. It's 1950.
You're probably wrong.
Boris Karloff. Notes.
All right, it is Boris Karloff. Very old Boris Karloff, but it's still Boris Karloff. And I like Boris Karloff a lot.
It's going to be the Boris Karloff episode about John Carradine makes Charlie Bronson a Confederate soldier.
Oh God, did they colorize some of them?
Oh
no, but there's a one called Jack the Ripper.
Hey.
Okay.
Crystal Ball, the Doctor.
I'll definitely pick the one with the highest fucking score.
Oh,
don't worry.
and there's a 1.0. I'll show you which ones I have and you can find. But if you can find anything else,
okay, we'll
great.
go with that. I'll have something picked by the end of this evening.
So next week is The Veil from 1958. Only ran one season, but at least they made more than 5 episodes. Also British. I don't know.
There you go. Also British.
Yeah, it's British. USA and UK. So.
Oi.
Yeah. I have 3 British shows in a row. I'm done. I want something else next time. And luckily, next round, though, we get to pick where the fuck we want. So
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
That'll make up for this week because. Okay, so the kid finds the main kid, whatever the fuck his name is, finds a bunch of rocks and twigs and
Damien.
things.
We'll just call him Damien.
Yeah, things.
British Damien. Yeah.
Things nailed to the inside of the kid, the missing kid, the dead kid. His desk, and it's like a leaf. And he finds a bunch of fucking rocks that reminded me of Wicker Man. They're keeping the crow in there. And then the big reveal was the guy that looks like he's the killer and he grabs a knife is the red herring that we called right the fuck away. And I was like, it's that lady right there. She's the killer. And then I said she's making the kids paint the wrong thing, and then that's what fucking happened.
There would be no point to show the killer and then say, oh, by the way, that is the killer, because everybody would be even more pissed off than they are now. So that's how we knew it was a red herring. It was too early to be revealing the killer.
Unless that's the point where you watch the killer versus like a Heat thing, where you watch the bad guy and you watch the good guy and you want to see how they go against each other. But no.
But no, you have that scene where he has coffee with the old woman and she drops her surveillance. I had coffee with her half an hour ago.
Oh, fuck.
No, he went up to the bridge. He's gone. He dropped his tail. He's gone.
Guys, a 1, right? 1 all around.
No, I give it an 8 just because I was so riveted by the storyline of the Lollipop
Fuck you,
Guild.
Dick. Fuck you.
A 1, right?
That's the last show he'll ever be on.
Well, he hasn't
Yeah,
looked
it's a
up
1
yet.
for
He
sure.
doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
There he goes.
I'm so this episode hurt me so much.
Yeah.
I can't.
Honestly,
I don't.
Nick,
It's
what's
just.
your-
Ugh.
What's your real score?
Oh, it's a fucking 1. It's just fucking pointless.
I never give out 1s. I'm always a little
No.
more generous because there's something I like. This had nothing I liked because
No.
the cinematography.
I try not to give out 1s either because it kind of destroys your credibility. If everything's either a 1 or a 10, then you're one of those guys, you know? So it's like you try to judge it on merit alone. Like, not everything can be a zinger, but sometimes stuff that we watch has aspects.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't make the intro one of the aspects. That ain't right because it's the same intro for all the episodes. So
The intro was
doesn't
so
work.
cool compared to anything else we watched today.
Yeah.
Because
Even though they lifted it out of the wall,
it's basically just
it totally ripped off the wall. Yeah.
It's garbage. The rest of the episode, but I never give out 1s because there's always something I like. This had the acting is terrible, the dialogue's terrible. It's one of the worst scripts I've seen in a while.
We were trying.
There's-
We
there's
weren't just
no-
being funny either. We were having a hard time even trying to find something to make fun of about it because it was just so mundane and an absolute chore. It's like watching a fucking infomercial. Only
This is
those infomercials are sometimes kind of entertaining. They're real high energy and they're scripted and they're shot well and they're lit right. This had none of that even. None of it.
Cinematography's garbage, the lighting's garbage, the sets are garbage.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about this cinematography because this director and whoever the cameraman was were really jerking each other off through this whole episode. They thought they had something like let's do these really complicated fucking zoom out shots and slowly panning into a scene. It's like they were trying to create tension. But even the hint of tension, they would just stop, cut, and go to another scene and completely establish something else. It's like this whole thing is teasing. It's like, this is chiller. You think something's going to happen, but nope, we're just going to show another scene with more people driving or talking.
We were talking about Chaz Palminteri on the live commentary episode we did.
Yes.
It made me think if the ending, when he goes into the woods and the woman who ends up being the killer the whole time, and she pays the kids to paint the drawings of a man to throw him off, and she touches it. I thought she touched him and made him see the way she does, but instead she stabbed him in the chest. He does that camera around his head, and it made me wonder: this is '95. Did they see Usual Suspects in the theater and then immediately went into production on this episode?
Yeah.
Got it that way.
No, because it'd be more interesting if they did.
Oh.
I don't think these people that made this show could do something interesting.
No, I don't. That's just what I was saying. Tell us one more time the director, the movie that he worked on before this.
So
The name
this
of
is
the movie.
directed. Let's go back over here by Rob Walker, who directed a movie called Aliens from Uranus.
Yay.
I thought from the small thumbnail on my screen, I thought that was Robert Zadar, but it's not.
Ha!
Porno. This has a 4.8. Oh, look at that. There's
It
that
does have-
early fucking 2000 CG there.
Are you reading this name? It has D.
D.
Wallace.
Wallace. Yeah.
And holy shit, it looks awful.
Is she from Uranus?
8 people saw it. It looks like a porno.
Do we get to see D. Wallace's
and
anus?
I'm guessing this woman is a porn actress. Oh yeah, definitely. So
No, D. Wallace never did
Her.
nudity.
look at the fucking screen. You see, I'm not talking about D. Wallace. Son of
Oh.
a bitch. I told you
Nah.
to this episode. Don't fuck with me.
That's fine.
Oh God, I hate this guy. I hate this episode. I hate this show.
Yeah.
Oh. And this is the highest rated episode of the show.
Seriously?
That's
This
shocking.
is as good as it gets.
That's
Oh,
shocking.
Fuck off. Can we take it off the wheel then? If it's this bad, if this is the highest rated episode,
The
can
odds
we
of us
take it
landing
off the
on-
wheel?
It has episode 1.
You
6.8.
say that, but somehow we always get fucked by that wheel.
True, I do another cartoon Tales from the Crypt today. 6.5,
Yeah, see what I mean?
6.6, 6.2, 6.9.
Ugh.
Are there user or watcher viewer reviews or what the fuck you call it? I can't even speak. Okay. Let's do that for the rest of this podcast. Okay, I found some. There's more.
That
there's
wheel
only
belongs in
one.
Curious Goods vault
Okay,
from Friday the 13th series.
I'm not disagreeing at this point. Okay, so best of the lot, 9 out of 10. The Killer series has been a mixed bag. The very title suggests dramas that scare and push the boundaries. The previous episodes have done so to varying degrees, but none so well as number 6.
Oh.
This is from 2018, by the way. Truly a real chiller. An uncomfortable watch, which really does go beyond the taboo subject of child serial killer. Too much for many. Gagging on the stupidity. And definitely not a topic you'll see in today's dramas. It works so well. There's enough of a supernatural element, coupled with a huge, harrowing human threat to keep you on edge of your seat. Plenty of twists and turns, guys. Plus a shock ending. Very well acted. Lorraine Ashburn.
This sounds like it was written by a guy who reviews
I'm not done.
stamps for
Menacing,
YouTube.
nasty, and gripping. This is a great watch. 9 out of 10. P.S.
Wow.
I killed myself right after finishing this review.
He didn't write that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. I was running my wishes.
He thought it before he put the gun to his chest and pulled the trigger.
I hope whoever works at Yorkshire Television killed themselves after this came out.
Well, you know who owned
Now, that would
Yorkshire?
be an interesting story.
The person who owned Yorkshire Studios was that midget, that British actor. He was a midget who shot himself twice in the chest in 1991. It's funny you should ask.
I know you're full of shit.
Nice, made it up.
I know. But
Because I love bringing that story up.
I want to believe it because that's how that producer, the owner of this.
Oh, God.
Why
We weren't crazy about that episode, but it was so much more entertaining than this.
Hey,
Fuck
I
me
gave
sideways.
that episode like a 7 or something. It was entertaining. Like, it was stupid, but it was entertaining. This is just no
garbage.
Who's gonna enjoy this other than this asshole and 47 other assholes.
The guy's probably really the director. He just changed his name and wrote that.
Oh, absolutely, he did.
Can you guys do me a favor? Log into IMDb, go to this episode, and give it a 1 because just the 3 of us against the 48 other people was going to drag that 6.9 way the fuck down.
I'm doing it right now. Chiller
95, episode 5, number 6, which is fuck you for naming it that.
There's a Chiller 1985 too.
I know. There's a Chiller 1989 that Lloyd Kaufman made too.
So, see, the show just keeps coming back. It's a fucking bad penny. It's like herpes. It never goes away.
Usually I can find one aspect. I always try to give everything a compliment. Do you guys agree with that? We try to say what we like.
Yeah.
Even if it's bad.
You're usually pretty liberal with your points.
I try to give it something I like, and there's nothing I enjoyed in this fucking thing. It was just a slog the entire way through, and even the ending didn't deserve it. I even mentioned during the screening, I'm like, if this has a twist ending, it didn't earn it, and it sure as shit did. And it didn't earn it, and it fell so fucking flat that I wish the producer stabbed himself in the chest like this guy in this episode and that midget from the Acorns episode.
One of the best horror anthology series to date.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have an IMDb account, and I'm not creating one just for that.
How the fuck do you not have an IMDb account?
I don't have one. I don't fucking post shit on there, so whatever.
I
go on there. I have 1,000 lists of movies on there.
Number 6. I give the rating of 1. 1.
Thank you.
Only because we can't do 0.
It has
So
went
it's
down to
1 because
6.3. No.
I have all
It
these
was
lists on
a
here.
moving picture, yeah.
This is a list of all the movies I've ever seen. So this is a ongoing list.
Even the music was fucking terrible. We were making fun of the music because it's literally one riff that they paid somebody $15 for 3 notes. And they played that same 3 notes sporadically about 3 times over this entire episode.
That was the guy. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean. He was the right-hand man to Johnny Depp. That actor.
Don't know much about that movie. To date, I've seen 3,437 movies.
I don't know how many I've seen. I have to look that up. How do you do that?
IMDb, just make a list.
Okay, you have to put it in yourself, or
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not gonna know. They're gonna scan your fucking memories. Come on.
wait a minute. Wait, hold on.
All right. When I get my my operation done and I have to do that thing called recovery, that's something I can do to occupy my time.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Adam, because look at my other list. This is after my last surgery. I have surgery movies I plan on watching for my surgery.
See, yeah, this is the kind of shit I would do if I can't do anything else. Yeah.
And I cut it in half too. I watched half the movies on this list.
This guy works a lot, though.
Oh, did I see Mayhem on that list? That's actually a good fucking movie. I enjoyed it.
A lot of these are good movies. I just haven't watched
with Steven Yen, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved that movie. That was great. Good time.
Yeah. Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang.
I bought that movie right after I watched it. I'm like, I gotta buy this.
That's right. It's my favorite movie, Conspiracy.
Your favorite movie's Conspiracy?
No, it's not. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. It's about the final solution.
No jokes right now.
Yo, I'm sorry. Mad.
Whoa.
This is serious. This is number 6 serious.
I hate you, show.
Oh, you know what make us feel better? 1 second, guys. Don't you feel better?
I know. That's beautiful.
That was a good time. Memories of last week.
Oh man, that calm. It's like the calm app. That calmed me down a little bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck this episode. No, we're done. Let's move on.
Yeah, it doesn't deserve us talking about it any longer than this.
This was your Vietnam, man.
Oh God.
It's like fucking Saigon, eh, Slick? That's junior high, dickhead.
They spat on me when I came back out of that episode. They spat on me.
This whispering will not stand. So much fucking whispering.
That's all I got to say about the war in Vietnam.
Forrest Gump.
I have to pay.
Sorry, I broke up the Black Panther party. Fucking retard.
We watched The Stand, and so he's throwing that word around a lot right now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
dummy retard.
Big dummy.
It's episode. A bomb. He's got a bomb. Show that to Adam. Just so he understands.
You know how long that takes me to get up? Come on.
I don't care. It'll make you feel better.
Talk about the episode.
Happy. That's what she said. That's
in order for me to find the episode, you have to talk about this episode.
All right. Well, so what happens in this episode is Shawnee Smith is in Vegas, and she sees Tim.
No.
She sees Nick.
You have to talk about Chiller.
Oh, I just know that the guy that was in the star of this episode is actually a really good character actor. He's been in a ton of stuff, so he works a lot. So good for him. Doesn't even look like him. Who would have thought a person would age? Well, he's British, so he aged horribly in the last 25 years.
Honestly, I didn't even fucking know the guy was a detective until about 2/3 of the way through this fucking episode. Like,
yeah, I was like, detective.
If they didn't
he looks like a guy that owes somebody money.
Yeah. If I didn't read the synopsis, I would never have guessed it, actually.
Yeah.
They don't... Okay, here we go. Here's Shawnee Smith from The Stand.
Love it.
About to say it, like, partway through the line, but here we go.
Bomb! He's got a bomb!
Of course it did that.
Aw. It's so wonderful.
These men are the insurrection.
My life for yours. My life for you.
I'll find it back. Hold on.
Oh my God, it's fucking great. He's got a bomb. Oh God.
Is it as good as that the girl on the beach from Jaws? She shark.
Nothing as good as that. That little Kittner voice.
She's shark.
Mr. Sheriff Rooney, I heard there was a girl killed on this beach and you knew about it.
You let people go swimming anyway. My voice dead.
Sheriff Brody.
I just wanted you to know.
And Mrs. Kittner was like, what, 74 years old?
She's still 74 years old.
Yeah, no, she's dead now.
She's, one of the fucking documentaries they did, those two got back together again. And,
all right.
Shared a moment. Yeah. All right.
It's a bomb! He's got a bomb!
Wonderful.
So bad. Oh my god.
And actually, the show she's much better than that in the whole show. But
Yeah, that's,
for some
I don't know.
reason, they took that take and went with it.
It's awful. Oh my god.
I love it.
So
I want that on a repeat, and I want my house like in the background of everything.
next
Oh.
week, Adam is going to choose an episode of The Veil with Boris Karloff.
The Veil.
You were great as Karloff's sidekick. Karloff's sidekick. Fuck you!
Oh,
Karloff doesn't deserve to smell my shit.
where's
Yeah,
the
I
headline?
love that movie. Fucking Ed Wood. Oh, God.
All right, those are all fun things we could watch instead of this.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
This is 36 minutes of my life I'll never get back, preceded by 52 minutes of my life, which we talked about before we start recording. Can we make this 52 minutes? And I said, I don't think we can. And here we are.
Even
So
the director couldn't make the episode 52 minutes because I can't believe of all the things that we watch, this is the most stretched out fucking thing I think I've ever seen on this show.
Yeah.
By far.
I said it couldn't even make it 15
Padded
minutes.
to fuck. Just padded to fuck. You could have made this in 12 minutes with fucking 30 minutes of commercials.
Fuck you, Chiller. Fuck you so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. It's I have an honest question for you, and this is what we'll end on because I'm done with this. Is this the worst thing we've done? Or the second worst thing we've done after the
second worst?
Yeah.
So,
it seems
we're
to me
thinking
we've
Man
seen
Boy-
something worse.
Man Boy Bowl Love is worse than this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna think.
I
think
missed
this
that
is-
one. Yeah.
I think this is worse. Dave.
So for me, this is the worst one. For you guys, it was whatever you just said.
No, I'm going with
that
this.
was an episode.
Because that one at least had entertainment by making fun of the
Yeah.
pedophilia. This
We
one
couldn't
got
even
fucking
find shit to
nothing.
make fun of. We were just talking about other things because we were so checked out and bored.
And that one, I think I give a 2 or something. I don't know, but oh my god, there's nothing to enjoy here. You can't even make fun of it. There's nothing. Like I said, MST couldn't do anything with it because you still have to sit here and watch it.
The good thing to know is that the Brits definitely know how to do anthology because we got Inside Number 9, which we've loved everything we've seen on that so far. Even the ones that genuinely people didn't like, we're still entertained by. So, but that's also got brilliant writing. This had really no story to speak of, half-assed dialogue, and a lot of overly complicated, boring shots.
I also forgot we did that episode of Femme Fatales called Bad Medicine.
That was a bad one.
Luckily, Dick,
That
you
was a
missed.
bad one.
Yeah, I missed that one.
That one had boobies in it, though, so at least there was that. Okay, lots of
So,
boobies in that one.
She's got boobies. It's boobies.
Henry Playhouse 2 Renegades. I gave that a 2.
That one's awful. That was bad.
But the really bad one was Afternoon of the Beast. I gave that a 2 as well. So
Yeah.
there was something I enjoyed in that. It had a story, and we knew what was happening. This
We were
one-
laughing at O. Henry's Playhouse. This one, it was so depressing we couldn't even laugh at it. It's just.
I'm
this.
voting for this is the worst.
Fuck. Just fuck.
Dick, what do you want to vote for? This or Afternoon of the Beast? Or Goodyear Henry Playhouse?
Let me sum it up for you in one image. This was the worst I've ever seen.
Okay. So out of 54 episodes, this is the worst thing I've seen. Just a shame. All right, let's get out of here. So LIWstudios.com for me.
RaidersOfLostFlicks.com, Raiders_OTLF on Twitter. Hit me up.
Lawyer in Wonderland, John Carpenter review body bags coming up next.
Yeah. YouTube.com.
Oh, that's a good
Lord
send-off.
Turner Wonderland. Tuesdays are Twilight Zone. Wednesdays, this show. And then John Carpenter and John Frankenheimer Nick Cage movie, 10 p.m. Eastern. I am so sorry for this episode of Chiller.
You know
You
what,
watched
Phoenix?
it
I was just
for
thinking that. I look forward to this all week long, doing this with you guys, and then this happened.
But hey, I'm cutting it short so we can talk about body bags for even longer.
Okay.
friend. All right, let's
Oh,
go.
why did that girl get hit by a car? Forgot about that. But
Rachel
that's
Weisz is in here, and she gets
let's
hit
not
by a
talk
car.
about. Yeah, it doesn't make no sense, but whatever.
I mean, it was
nothing to do-
exciting for the 5 seconds that it happened,
but it has
something happened.
It has
yeah.
nothing to do with whatever is going on in the show.
It's because the producers at the whatever the fuck Yorkshire Studios went fast forwarded 45 minutes ago. Oh, it's still boring.
We need to kill a bitch.
Yeah.
Action.
They killed a bitch just to wake the audience up so that they finish watching it.
Rachel Love.
Either
we
that
can't
or the
afford-
actress killed herself. She ran in front of a car to get out of this episode.
And I don't blame her.
Rachel Love, we're going to have to put you in front of a speeding car.
Well, can you imagine if we recorded our podcast and right behind my computer screens there was a motorway and just cars? And I'd be like, okay, guys, sorry. I would definitely take a dive at some point. That's how we tap out, is just dive in front of a fucking S-150.
Parting words. I have seen the abyss, and it's this episode on endless repeat, just over and over and over again. Repeating loop.
You stare into the abyss, and it stares right back at you. Garden State, 2003 or 4 or whatever.
If cancer,
Fucking movie.
if pretension was cancer, it would be Garden State.
I don't mind that movie, but it definitely is pretentious.
Yeah, it is.
So fucking pretentious.
It did not age well.
It is.
Because
a
I used to
Wes
love
Anderson
it.
movie
I
that
did
you
used to
made.
love it, and it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
Because Zach Braff is just such a fucking cocksucker. Like, he's a piece of shit. He's awful.
Call us Zach. Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Adam Wilcox.
Tick it.
I don't even want to say so long, citizens. My heart's not in it, you know?
There, so we're done with this podcast. Go
Oh, yeah.
put on. Oh, I was gonna say, let's watch the Don Rickles get killed by the sunlight off
We're
camera.
still live on YouTube, dude. That's
No,
not how
but-
it is.
Just get off YouTube.
We have to start a whole new show.
Yeah, well, that's what we do, don't we?
No.
Oh,
Someday you'll
whatever.
The words are coming out of your mouth. It's just not processing for one of us.
yeah.
Bye, citizens. Bye, chiller.
Fuck you.
Fuck you so hard.
Like Mark Hamill.
I wish I could watch Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill fuck this episode.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
I'm a baseball player. I'll fuck the shit out of you, Twiggy.
Oh, God, that accent.
I'm a baseball player. I can't see the ball if I got no eyeball. Well, you got one
Stacey
eyeball.
Keach. Stacey Keach. Gotta wake up. Gotta get ready for body bags.
Gotta go pee, go pee.
You need a "Be Right Back" gif playing when you're gone.
I'll be right back.
Somebody stumbles. Here's a perfect one right here for you.
My mom and dad
Somebody
are gonna
stumbles
be
on the
so
stream,
mad
they
at
can
me.
just report it for being a dead stream.
You can
I
go
don't
right
think they
ahead.
would, but they could. Just do this.
My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me.
All right. I'm recording a podcast. You guys want to do the theme song for John Carpenter?
Boom, 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 boom.
LIW John Carpenter Body Bags, 1990. Outstanding Quest.
I'm Adam Wilcox.
Wow, Dick Ticket.
I was hoping these kept doing that for another 10 minutes.
Wow.
So, Adam, you chose Body Bags.
Yes, sir.
Explain.
I chose it because it is an anthology show, which we also do another anthology show, which I thought was kind of cool.
One, unfortunately.
We just ended one.
From hell.
Almost ended my life, but no, I'm just kidding. I saw this one. I like it. It's not one of his greatest, but I enjoy it. It is John Carpenter is basically taking the role of Crypt Keeper. So think of like Tales from the Crypt meets Black Sunday, any anthology movie you've ever seen, and he's doing his version of it. 3 short stories, 2 of them directed by John Carpenter, 1 directed by Tobe Hooper of Texas Chainsaw Massacre fame. What you have is you also have a ton of guest actors, guest directors.
Yeah, this movie should have been Cameo the movie.
Is a lot of cameos. The 3 short stories are the plot is basically John Carpenter is this ghoulish looking. Well, we think he's a mortician. I don't want to reveal too much right away. There are 3 actually.
4. You got to include the morgue scenes as a.
Okay, well, yeah. So the morgue scenes.
They're the bookends.
John Carpenter is setting up he's really doing the Crypt Keeper thing. Like he's totally channeling Crypt Keeper big time, right down to the ghoulish makeup.
Only he made me laugh a couple times.
The concept is the body bags that come into the morgue. Each body bag, which is brought in by the police, he says those are the exciting ones. Each body bag that comes in tells a story. So this one you're introduced to the corpse. And then you show the story, and then one of them I think is pretty good. The other 2 are they're just kind of there. I did like the first one. That was probably my favorite because it's a very simple story. It's definitely got the creep factor going on. It's kind of a thriller more or less than horror, but it's definitely horror because it's got the gory thing going on. Oh yeah, we forgot the intro where.
The intro made me laugh where he goes, what can I do?
Yeah. There you go. It's John Carpenter being John Carpenter. He's having a good time.
He's the best. He's the best part of the whole movie.
Oh, definitely.
He's the best part of it by far. Because the worst would probably be Mark Hamill for sure. We'll get to that eventually.
I will tell you, the worst is Stacy. Well, okay, we'll get to that.
Just set up a general idea.
Do you want me to set up the general idea of the stories? Okay,
yeah, the general idea of the stories.
The first story involves a lady she's in college. She's doing her first job working nights in a gas station, which is probably the most dangerous fucking job you could take. And she just runs into a cavalcade of creepy characters coming through the gas station.
And
it all takes place in Haddonfield. Yes. Surprise, surprise. So this is inside John Carpenter's cinematic universe. Right outside of Haddonfield, there happens to be a serial killer on the loose. It's kind of told off screen over the radio a little bit as people are pulling up. The second one involves Stacy Keach, who's suffering from hair loss. And he goes to a very sketchy hair loss or hair restoration clinic and gets hair down to his fucking ass. All right, he goes from being bald, hair down his ass. His girlfriend is also Sheena Easton, which I'm calling bullshit on that one. All right,
And the nurse, you know who the nurse was? You know who the nurse was?
Lucy Boyer.
No, the
Yeah,
nurse was
I thought it was Debbie Harry.
Debbie Harry. That's what it's Debbie Harry.
Yeah, it's Debbie Harry.
I
It looked like
looked over
Debbie
and
Harry.
read the
Yeah.
first female name I saw.
Yeah, I figure you got IMDb pulled up, so I'm not even going to bother with
No,
it. And then the third story involves Mark Hamill as a baseball player who gets in an accident, loses his eye, gets an eye transplant,
And shows
And,
his ass.
and it shows his bare naked asshole. Yeah, we see the taint of Mark Hamill, but yeah, the basis is he starts seeing things that other eye has seen. It's showing images in his head.
Jessica Alba's movie does the same thing.
The eye that he had transplanted into himself is the eye of a serial killer. So
Okay.
I think that was
That's
based
it.
on a Clive Barker story.
That's the basic
I think so,
setup
too.
of them. So
That's
let's
the
go in.
setup.
Let's go in order. Let's start with. Oh, it's up to you, Adam. Do you want to do go in order, or do you want to
no,
kind of
go in order. Yeah, go. Let's just go in order
I was
because
gonna say,
that's
do you
how I
want to do
remember
like
these things.
your
yeah.
your least favorite to your favorite?
No, go
Okay,
in order of
go in
when we the movies in. So go from the
Let's start with the morgue because that's the first
Okay.
thing we see, and that's its own
Yeah.
story. It's it's what, like you said, the bookends, Dick. But it's more of it ties everything together. It's basically, and it's really quick to talk about. So let's just get that out of the way. It's just John Carpenter having a fucking ball, and
Yep.
I loved watching him as this role.
And no makeup whatsoever.
it's just him after he
That's
smokes a lot
what
of
John,
cigarettes.
that's what John Carpenter looks like today.
Yeah,
That's what's funny. Yeah.
Looks about like this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not
He
far
does look
off.
oddly like that, doesn't it? This is like foreshadowing of how he would turn
Yeah.
out because there's him in body bags, and here is him now.
Let's 1 second. I'm going to remove us. Not far off.
Not far off. Yeah.
Not far off.
So
All right. Yeah. He's basically the setup, or he's the mortician. He's looking at the bodies, and he's like, oh, natural causes. He opens one body up. He's like, pulls out the guts, parts of it, and he's like, natural causes. Looking through them all, and then he pulls out one of them, and there's giant silicone titties.
that was fucking funny. That was really fucking funny. He tries to pull a big booby bitch out of the fucking morgue, and she's stuck because the boobies are so big it doesn't come under the fucking lip. That's
like-
funny. That's
he's
funny
like-
shit. I like
Like
that.
these freezes were made before fake titties. He pulls another one. It's a woman's body with a man head, or man body with a woman head. The next one is a female body with a man head, and he's like, must be a lover's quarrel. Makes him kiss. That part was funny.
Yeah. He's somehow way more funnier than the Crypt Keeper.
Yes, he
So-
made me laugh because it's John fucking Carpenter. The man.
It's
has-
John Carpenter
weird
being
ways.
John Carpenter. Yeah.
He's not pretending to be something. He's just like,
No.
I'll do it. Fuck it. Whatever. Let's just
He's
do it.
hamming it up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is great. And then he opens up. He finds a body bag, and he's like, "These ones are always murders, and this one's found out by an old dark highway." Camera pulls down, and then the first story is the gas station.
Which
And-
is my favorite of the three. I
Yeah,
thought this one was
it
good
is.
because
It's
we've
the best
mentioned
one.
this on John Carpenter many times. He's best when he takes a simple story and just goes with it. Just doesn't try to overcomplicate it.
my problem
Yeah.
with this is it's the best one clearly, and it's the shortest.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing.
Yes, because we'll talk about hair when we get there. But holy shit. The only thing I
pretty bad.
remember from this movie, because I have seen the hair, I've seen hair before, and that's what I remember from the movie. So I judged it off that, and I was like, "This fucking movie, oh god, here we go." It turns out I was wrong, but I was right about hair.
Well, Hair, I rewatched it again, Hair, and because I'd seen this a long time ago, and I remember Hair being the weakest one. It was very good, but I was watching Stacy Keach in his performance, and it actually elevated it for me because Stacy Keach is having a good
I'm
time.
glad
with
you
it.
brought that up because I had said that the one I liked the least was the Mark Hamill one. Although the Mark Hamill one has the most interesting story, Mark Hamill lowers it. Stacy Keach takes the least interesting story, elevates it. He's giving it his all, man.
His look at the end of that episode where he just like,
Yeah,
He's so
But-
depressed.
we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Gas-
It's like
Either
he
that
just,
or he was
it's
just
like
stoned like he always
he
is,
just watched
yeah.
Chiller. He just watched this episode
Yeah,
6.
that's
Chiller.
how we looked after Chiller. I was just
Yeah,
thinking
that's
that.
what it was.
That's exactly how I felt.
David Warner. I was in an episode of Chiller once. It was horrible, Stacy.
Oh God.
See if this name is too long for this. Oh no, we're good. Okay.
But if it wasn't for this movie, Stacy Keach would not have been in Escape from LA.
There you go. Okay, let's talk about the gas station now. There's a like I said, a cavalcade of directors show up because
Wes Craven.
she gets there and she takes over the booth and the guy's like, she says her name. I don't know what it was, but and he goes, "Who?" She's like, "The new girl." He's like, "Ah, okay." Brings her into the booth and he's like, "Well, this is the TV. It gets 3 channels, and these are the keys, the round ones for the public restroom."
That was Carradine giving her the tour, right? Yeah.
Carradine, and then and you can tell something's weird about him, but that's all you're thinking about. And it's one of those episodes you watch, and then if you're thinking about it, or if you rewatch it, I rewatched this again today, and it's nice because you see there's clues the entire time.
Yes.
Like, because
it's going out of its way to tell you what's happening.
Yeah, he's a gas station attendant, and he gives her the job, gives her the keys, and he's like, "All right, I feel bad leaving you out here." And he's fucking weird. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna get out of here," and he leaves, and she's alone. But she's wearing a gas station attendant uniform that says a different name on it, and that's a major clue. That itself is a clue. You just don't realize it. So they just take whoever's uniform is there. But she gets left alone. The first customer is Wes Craven asking for a pack of cigarettes like a fucking lunatic.
Looking
Yeah,
really
cigarettes.
creepy. Yeah, just giving her the fucking hairy eyeball. It's really great.
I have some whiskey in my car. You want to drink it?
I didn't
Oh,
get to go
God.
to college. Yeah.
He does a great job. He's only in a couple minutes, but sells it. And then she goes outside to help because Jason, what's his name?
Peter Jason.
Yeah, Peter Jason shows up in a convertible with a man dressed like a woman. I guess
That's what I thought it was too until I saw the close up. I'm like, oh, it's just that's that was the best you
Unfortunate
can
looking
do.
woman.
Okay, gotcha.
yeah. He clearly picked her up at the hookers convention or
She
something.
picked her up at the other gas station down the street.
Oh God.
they're just touring gas stations for the night. Yeah.
Yeah, she has to leave the booth to go help her figure out how to lift the fucking handle on those old pumps. You remove the pump and you flip the handle over.
Yeah.
Well, you had to work them, but apparently this girl's too ditzy to know that.
Don't they still have those out by where you live?
Not me. Maybe Dick.
On the side of the road on the way to where
No.
you live?
Probably
Our gas is all up to date at $5 a gallon.
not. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
For something, 440, 430.
When I was in Hawaii, I was looking at my phone. I kept seeing the gas shortage going on, and then I got back here and nothing different.
I actually used my cell phone today to pay for gas. It's the first fucking time I've ever done. I felt like I was Buck Rogers today. I went to Sam's and I had to pull up the card, scan the little QR code, type my shit into the phone, hit that, and fucking email my receipt. And I'm like, this is pretty fucking great.
I'd rather feel like Buck Rogers than Buck Flowers because he shows
Yeah,
up.
he shows up. Buck Flowers is in this. Yeah.
Yeah. So she helps her, and then she turns around and she's looking at him, and Buck Flowers is like, "I need the bathroom key. I got to shit."
I'm Buck Flowers. I'm professional hobo here to do a horror movie by John Carpenter.
Yeah, I'm in every movie as a homeless man. I need a key.
Crazy junk drivers.
Crazy John Carpenters.
I need to be a homeless man in everything.
Oh my god.
Well, he was in They Live, don't forget.
Yeah, he was a homeless man, and then he was a rich asshole.
Yeah,
He
he's
was
a
a
rich
rich
man.
Republican asshole, and they live.
Oh yeah. But she locked herself out of the room, so she has to go into the other office to grab the keys. That's where they give another major spoiler because she pulls up the picture frame she dropped, and it's Sam Raimi. Says Bill on his name. It's really quick; you don't notice it. And then she goes and gets the keys and goes back in there, gives him the bathroom key. He goes in there, and then actually, that's before.
I think Sam Raimi dies in every cameo he has ever made.
This is our. So 2 out of the last 3 days, Dick and
And
I
actually-
talked about something that Sam Raimi died in.
And I saw more because I watched Miller's Crossing by myself.
Oh,
And
yeah?
Sam Raimi is in that getting shot and dead in Miller's Crossing.
When
He's the cop who starts shoots the guy with the gun, and also he has 2 guns. And he starts shooting, and then the machine gun comes. He goes, he gets shot up. He gets killed.
And if Sam Raimi's busy that day, they call up Ted Raimi, and he fills in. He's
Ted Raimi. Yes. And then Ivan Raimi's when you're really desperate.
Ted Raimi is a much better actor.
Ted Raimi did
great.
a wonderful job playing that old lady in the fucking Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. Fucking
he was
loved
great in
him
Dark
in
Man.
that. Oh man,
Dark Man's great.
I
told you everything I know. I know you did. I know, but let's pretend you didn't.
Ventilate him.
So then, so Buckflower's going there, and then the couple comes in. I got the order wrong.
Peter Jason comes in.
Peter Jason, and she asks him to go in there to check on him. He does, and he's like, he's passed out. Don't even worry about him. I left the key on him though. Hope you don't mind. Bye. They fuck off. A handsome guy calls up, ironically from an episode or movie we watched in the last episode, American Werewolf in London. The main character from that.
It's like his only other movie. He's not in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
David Naughton's not in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
No.
So it's kind of odd to see him show up.
It's weird too because everything I've ever seen him in, he's doing a great job. I'm like, why did he not get more parts and stuff? I don't know why.
He must
he's
be
good.
just independently wealthy or something.
He had a really shitty agent. I don't know. Yeah, maybe that Dr. Pepper check just paid really well and he didn't have to.
I guess
he's unnecessarily good in American Werewolf in London.
Let me look him up.
Fucking solid.
He really sold it, man. Yeah.
He ends up being. I thought the thing was going to be when I was watching this. I thought it was going to be that all these weirdos are weird, so she's acting, standoffish. And then he invites her out too, and he's like, "I'll be at this bar if you ever want to catch a drink." She's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, she's like the white guy.
I thought he was going to. Well,
I did too.
Yeah, I mean, this woman is clearly playing Russian roulette. But what I thought the twist was going to be is that she was going to be the serial killer because they never reveal who the serial killer is. But the thing that's so fun about this is
they do.
Every asshole that comes into this gas station could be a potential serial killer.
Yes, because they're all
everybody.
Everyone's creepy or weird, and then David Naughton's the only normal guy. So I thought he was going to end up being the serial killer. That's what I expected.
So David Naughton is not an actor; he's a musician. And he did a disco song in 1979 called "Making It," which was used in the comedy film Meatballs, 1979, that same year.
So
he's a musician, not an actor.
That's good.
Okay, so he's kind of like the guy that played Scorpio in Dirty Harry. He doesn't really do movies, is what you're saying.
Hey, we also watched something recently with him. What the fuck was it?
Oh, Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Well, that guy actually teaches acting, but
he's a good actor though. But he was not good in the Twilight Zone.
Shit, yeah.
No. Yeah, but the guy from American Werewolf, David Naughton, is really good in this. He's only a couple minutes and fucking solid, dude.
He's good in this too. Yeah.
Why aren't you in everything?
The few minutes that he's in there, it makes it work. So, but yeah, this woman is definitely dancing with danger the whole night. It's every creepy character you've ever seen in any creepy, barely lit place, desolate out in the middle of nowhere ever, which really elevates the tension. I think they did a good job with this. It's like there's no normal people coming through this fucking gas station at all. Everybody's a fucking sight. I mean, you got Wes Craven creeping around at night, walking up there to buy 1 pack of cigarettes and, eyeballing this lady, so.
Well, I got some good news and bad news. David Naughton was in a little movie called Sharknado 5. And he also was in Fallout 4 video game. He's a voice on that.
Who's the voice?
It says here it's Fallout 4 Traveler voice.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he's just one of those people that sell stuff. Okay. Can I say this now? Because I was bitching about it when I was watching it, and you guys were in the chat. Do not watch this on Peacock. It is not right. I'm going to message Peacock after this and say you need to fix this because the music is like that's all you hear, and then the voice.
So the audio is all fucked up. Yeah, because I was watching this, and I own a copy of this movie, so I was watching my own copy,
fine,
and I'm like,
right?
I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, it's fine.
No, I said it's only Peacock because it's like, and then you hear like, you go out there, we got to go to the gas station. And I'm like, oh god.
Okay, yeah, they must have like the original 2.0 audio from the fucking movie theater or something.
And none of it, the sound mixing is all fucked up. It doesn't sound like.
Well, Jesus, what do you want for free, Phoenix? You want fucking 5.1 surround sound?
It's not free. Peacock, you have to have a cable subscription to get it. No, it's a
free
Peacock.
channel.
No,
Peacock is free.
you can pay $4 for it or $10 for it, something like that.
So if you pay $4 for it, do they give you good sound on the movies? Is
No,
that
they
what
give
they're
you
trying to
shit.
do? They're
Yeah, that's what they did.
trying to trick you into paying a subscription, or else you get the bad audio. If you
No,
want the good audio, it's going
they-
to cost you.
They put out a movie that does not have the correct sound on it, and I'm gonna let them know. I'm not gonna be like fuck you. I'm gonna be like, hey, just so you know, Body Bag sounds like dog shit. It sounds horrible. I kind of want to play you a little bit here if I could pull it up.
So John Carpenter had to spend 3 hours in makeup to make him look like John Carpenter.
They had to age him to his current age.
It's so bad.
So this was made
over
for
that.
this was made as a pilot episode for a proposed anthology series to air on Showtime,
Yeah.
but it got canceled.
This
'Cause
is
I
one of
remember
his-
watching
his
this
first,
on
his first
Showtime.
Moonlights was Showtime. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that's when I first saw it when it premiered originally, and it was on Showtime.
This is prior to Cigarette Burns. So
The buxom woman in the morgue was provided by Ron Jeremy,
I
who
looked
was
at
on
that.
trial for like 165 sexual assault allegations.
I looked at that again the second time I watched it, and I was like, none of those are Ron Jeremy. No, it's not true.
No, it says provided by Ron Jeremy.
What does that mean? He gave
That
him
means
a
he
fake silicone
brought
body?
her. He brought her over.
Okay, maybe that's true then.
I found this chick's got big old titties. You want to use her?
he's gonna be sued for every porno he was ever in.
I'm trying to
Peter
watch
Jason
something.
drove his own car in the segment, the gas station.
Yeah. I
I
believe
read
it.
that one too. Yeah.
Okay, so Adam, continue with the story while I pull up Body Bags on Peacock, if you could.
So all this time, in Phoenix kind of alluded to this too. It's like you clearly see Sam Raimi, and it's an employee of the month picture. Okay, and it's Sam Raimi wearing his uniform with his big fucking giant name tag that says Bill. So to cut to the chase, we find out that the guy that was showing this girl how to operate the gas station actually is the serial killer who killed Bill earlier, stashed his fucking body in a locker, stole his fucking uniform, and has been moonlighting as Bill for the entire night in a gas station, which I thought was kind of clever. All right.
Yeah.
It get a little bit of cat and mouse, but not too much of it.
I'm almost never caught off guard. That caught me off guard.
It was
Okay.
set up
Okay.
well. Yeah, it was set up well, and there's just enough tension that when these two start quarreling, I genuinely enjoyed it, because I probably would have been pissed if she was the serial killer, because it would have been too fucking obvious. But I like that the first guy that we see in the show actually was the serial killer the whole time. I like stuff like that. We get a little bit of cat and mouse for a while. It's actually pretty good, cat and mouse.
It is very Halloween, though.
I like the fact that this entire episode is shot in one location. It's just the front and the inside of a gas station. That's it.
They had to build that gas station too.
Yeah,
they built it. Earlier because I watched this movie on Sunday or Monday, so I was like, I have time, and I watched a bunch of documentaries that are on the DVD, the Blu-ray, and it was John Carpenter talking about how they had to build this thing. And it was
he was talking about they had to build this gas, and they also talked about that a little bit on the Christine commentary, because in Christine they were able to blow up an original gas station that was going to be set for demolition anyway, so they were allowed to blow up a real fucking gas station, and the explosion was a lot bigger than anybody had anticipated. So that real life explosion in Christine, they blew up a fucking gas station. They were able to do that cheaper than build the fucking gas station for Body Bags. He did mention that, but he's like, yeah, well, that's how Hollywood works. The fuck, So
yeah. But either way, yeah, the setting is great. I love the fact that it sounds like it would be a complaint, because she goes into, eventually she finds Buck Flowers dead in a truck on like a car lift in the mechanic shop. And then she goes back into the gas station booth. He chases her into the other room, and she hits him with what the fuck did she hit him with? I don't remember.
I thought it was a shovel.
No, it was like I don't fucking remember what it was. She hits him with something, and he falls back, and it fucks him up.
Oh, she hit him with the big key. They had the key with the giant board on it for the bathroom. The bathroom.
No,
key.
she hit him with something else. It was something like in the back of the gas station.
Well, I don't know why I can't fucking remember. I just watched
Let
it
me
yesterday.
find out. Yeah, I just watched it twice. I don't remember.
Because they got a nice little scene in the garage there where they're just fighting with all kinds of shit.
All right, here it is. Let's share screens now. Little step stool.
You went a little the step stool. Okay, yeah.
I caught it. But
And
it's like
this-
metal, so he gets fucked up for real. Like it's awful. And he's like so much so that when he chases her out, he like wakes back up and chases her outside, and he just goes. She like goes, eh, and he goes, and just falls over again. He's so fucked up from that. Loved it. Let me play you a clip here on my phone from Peacock, if I could. Trying to find some audio or dialogue.
I should just play the John Carpenter parts.
Let me rewind. I wonder if it's going to play the same on my phone. Here, okay, here's some dialogue. Come on.
Suspense.
This is, yeah, talk about it if you guys will.
Suspense.
So what are you doing?
I'm trying to play
He wants to show everybody the audio he had to suffer through. He can't find any dialogue.
Is that the bathroom?
Well, actually, we prefer to call that the employees.
I don't think it's going to translate well from your cell phone, bud.
No, it's not, but so the mix is fucked up. The music
I believe
is
you,
overbearing. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't hear the dialogue. Like, I had closed caption on because I always do.
No, I
That's the
assure
only
you,
time-
my
Oh,
copy
sorry.
does not do that at all.
Yeah,
I've
no, it's-
listened to it on multiple headphones now. But yeah, so she finally does dispatch this guy by shoving him under the car jack, which I thought was pretty hilarious. They exaggerated the car comes downtown and he just shoots blood out of his fucking neck like a fire hose.
That's great.
I always like
Well,
shit like that. You know.
Here's my question, Adam. Did you watch the deleted scene from that on the Blu-ray?
I don't have the Blu-ray. I have the digital copy. Is what I.
Oh,
watched.
okay. Yeah, there's a
Yeah, I
deleted
didn't see
scene
it.
of his
I didn't
death
see the
that
deleted
is
scene.
fucking gruesome.
Is it really?
I have to see
On
it.
YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll
Eventually, I will score this on Blu-ray. This is just one of the ones that I picked it up on sale. It was digital, and I actually it was a blind buy. I'm like, oh, John Carpenter, and it's an anthology show. Buy, add to cart, and then I watch it, and I'm like, well, that's actually pretty good. Why have I never seen that before? And now I know why. It was a made-for-Showtime movie.
It was a 49-second deleted scene here.
I never had Showtime
See,
growing
he
up.
crawls beneath the car, which we don't see.
We were a Cinemax house. There you go.
There it is.
Look how gruesome it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
is what
wow,
you-
yeah, okay.
That's all you see in the actual movie. But anyway, that's it's not much, but it's fucking gruesome what they don't show. But yeah, he's beating the shit out of her, trying to chase her, and then chases him back into that room. David Naughton shows back up, who tries to fight him off and gets immediately defeated and falls to the ground.
I don't think there is a single actor or anybody in this movie that hasn't been in something or attached to some kind of horror movie. And even the guy that plays Bill, I recognize him from somewhere too. I don't know exactly where, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, he gets trapped below the car, the hydraulics, and she lowers it on him. He explodes of blood. But I love the leading up to that. He's very Michael Myers, where he's like constantly getting up in the background and like walking toward her. But it's like a comedy version of that because it's making
It's like a
making
parody
fun
on
of
his
all
own shit. Yeah.
Loved it. And then he dies, and then the guy David Naughton just goes, "Forgot my credit card." Because earlier he paid his card.
So that's the other thing I want to mention is that everything that's set up in this is paid off, right down to
Yes.
him leaving the credit card is ultimately what saved her life because he came back for the credit card, found him in the middle of a tussle, and was able to save the girl. It was great. It was a good time.
Now that I think about it, that's why she got locked out in the first place. Because
Yep.
she chases him down and goes, "Your credit card," and then she gets locked out. So yes, and then they set up the Bill thing in the photo because he's Employee of the Month.
Yeah.
Is it on the frame?
It's Sam
Right.
Raimi, was it? Yeah.
But then they do a clever thing where the second time they show the Bill photo, when fake Bill stands up and answers the phone, the Bill thing is
Oh, that's what
blocked
I
like a
know
little
it
lamp.
from.
Like it's
Revenge of the
blocked, you know?
Nerds. Okay,
You don't see it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
Robert
recognize that
Carradine and is great in this. He's
He
having
is,
so much
yeah.
fun.
He's having a ball.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's the best part of this episode is just it's both. You know, if you're into scary stuff, this is the scariest episode and a scariest segment in the movie, and the most fun. It's
Yeah.
both. It doesn't take
It's
us
paced perfectly. It's got
Yeah.
setups and payoffs. It's not overly complicated. It's fun to watch. It's tense at times. It's funny at times. It's a good time. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I'm wrong about this movie. Okay, let's watch this." And then hair starts.
Now, hair wasn't as bad as I remembered. It grew on me the second time I watched it because, again, Stacy Keach kind of elevates it.
Just like
Because it's pretty fun. It's funny. The guy, he can't deal with the fact that he's losing hair. And he's got a nice hot girlfriend. It's like he won't let this hair thing
Yeah,
go. It's
Sheen
pride.
Easton, who I had a fucking big time crush on
Yeah.
in the 80s.
And I love the part.
episode is it goes on way too long.
It's a long setup.
before he
It's a-
goes to David Warner.
Yeah, it's a long setup.
They set up David
Dude.
Warner like minute 3 of this thing, and he doesn't go there
Yeah.
to minute 27. I'm like,
Oh,
God, go there.
He
Yeah.
has to go through all of the long, obnoxious setups of trying different things before he finally goes to David Warner. So he does the thing where he paints his head. He
Yeah.
does the thing with the toupee. He does a really bad comb over, and then he goes to a hairdresser and gets an even worse comb over. It
Well,
kinda
no, the
reminded me of
hairdresser-
like a Trump haircut.
the hairdresser did the best he could do, and he looked all right. But there's that scene where
He
he's
looked
looking
like
at
flock
everybody.
of seagulls, dude.
He looks like everybody, and he sees Greg Nicotero with his long hair, which made me laugh because it was Greg Nicotero cameo
Yeah.
with his long hair, with a dog with long hair. That was funny. It was a funny.
the
gag.
dog with long hair. Yeah.
There's some funny
It's-
sight gags in there. So I was like, okay, this was funnier than I remember.
Stacy Keach is definitely invested in this. Like he's
Oh,
really
yeah.
fucking trying here.
And
with
those
this.
CGI alien follicles, the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The alien follicles looked great compared to the finger.
Yeah,
That was like Monty
Yeah.
Python level of CGI.
that's bad. Yeah,
The foot,
It
Like,
looked
it
like a
was
cartoon. Yeah.
It looked horrible.
Yeah. That was an
You
afterthought.
could tell they made a giant foam finger and then threw some CGI worms on top of it. It was so bad. But I remember watching this one and only this one. And turns out I like 2/3 of this movie. Just this is the one I fucking hate.
Well, it's way better than Hell to Pay. That's a Tales from the Crypt episode, which is the fucking worst.
I remember that as well.
Hell to Pay is the worst piece of shit garbage. And you talk about like a throwaway to the 50s comedy, comedy element, over the top comedy. That's Hell to Pay. Hell to Pay will piss you off. It's bad. It is real bad.
I remember that as well.
Yeah.
That one has a little like Adam's Family.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It's
it like
goofy. It's
scurrying
just
along the floor?
Stupid. Yeah.
That one I remember from Tales from the
This
Crypt.
one, when he finally goes to David Warner, come to find out, David Warner is actually an alien. Okay.
Yes.
Debbie Harry is actually an alien. They're probably aliens in real life, for all we know.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, Hollywood elites, but they
David Warner, Hollywood elite.
fuse
No, yeah,
actual
she's
life
He's
to
gonna be
somebody's
so excited
head.
You said that.
The hair follicles are actually feast on your brains. So
Yes.
if you'll have a long full and you get to choose your hairstyle. So Stacy Keach
We're kinda
picks this
jumping right
fucking
to the
long
ending, aren't we?
hairstyle that goes right down to his fucking asshole. And
Well, that made me
he
laugh
picks-
too.
He picks that one out
He
of
picks
everything
the
else.
weird,
I'm like-
the most ridiculous hair he could pick.
he wants
picked
the
it.
most exaggerated, like, look, I have haircut you could possibly fucking find. He reminded me of that guy from The Crow, the one that's the head bad guy. I can never remember.
Yeah,
the name.
The guy with the rasp. You fought a good fight.
That guy's
Yeah.
cool, man. He was in Westworld. He played the old cowboy in Westworld.
I used to know his name. I fucking forget it off the top of my
Yeah,
He
head.
was in
Don't
Alien
come.
Resurrection. Yeah, he's got
Don't
that
come
cool
at him.
ass voice. But
So you guys jumped right to the end of this episode.
Michael Wincott.
well, there's
Yeah.
not really a whole lot going on other than he's constantly trying to cover up his baldness, and she doesn't think it's a big deal, but he's obviously really bothered by it. And the funny part is when he does the spray, he sprays it on his fucking head.
Yeah.
She kisses him, and she gets fucking all that brown shit all over her
He
face.
laughs at her.
Yeah, he laughed.
Can
at
you
her.
skip to that scene? Because that was fucking
I want to
hilarious.
show this because I only have 4 notes in this entire episode. But why is David Warner's commercial shot from the chin up? He's like his watch. Here it comes in a second after the Chia thing. They'll show David Warner here in a second. Let me pause it so we don't get shut off.
Shut up.
Continue. All right. But look at this. What kind of commercial is this?
It's a Skype commercial.
It's
What the fuck
a
is this?
made for TV late at night shot by some asshole with a camera for $2,500 commercial is what that
Yeah.
is. It's a Better Call Saul commercial is what it is.
He
Saul
reminds me of
Goodman.
Ray Liotta in Hannibal here. Look at his head. It looks like that bad CG where he has his brain showing.
Yeah.
That scene's funny though, because that shit does look really fucking ridiculous. They got the light where it's like really reflecting the shine of it and shit. Please kiss his head. Yeah.
Yes, great.
Oh, no, hold on. There he is.
There,
he
right
is.
there, right there. She's got this shit on her face.
Yeah. But I love his desperate attempts to cover up his hair. And then I watched
Yeah.
the interview with Stacy Keach, and he was talking about how, I was a young actor. I was losing my hair like at 20. And my mother was like, you have to start wearing a wig. Wear this thing to get some roles. And then I wouldn't wear it. And she goes, fine, I'll pay for the hair plugs. So we went and got hair plugs one time. And she paid for it. And he said, never again. And he stopped.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll just let it go.
Oh.
Stacey Keach is one of my favorite actors.
Don't you? My favorite
Yeah, well.
hairstyle of his though is the one that he did for Class of 1999, where he had
White
the
hair?
fucking white hair, the white fucking mullet, and the glowy white eyes. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. But he's in Titus, American History X. I fucking love the guy. And
Yeah,
to watch him in this,
all the Cheech and Chong movies. Yeah.
and I completely agree with Dick. He is the only salvation in this entire
Yeah.
story. Because other than this, other than him, there's nothing going on here.
He really carries it. It just shows you the person that Stacey Keach is a solid actor.
But I also
Yeah, he-
agree
all
with
that
you
is.
that this did not need to be as long as it
No,
is. Like,
no, it
you
should-
could have chopped it by
15
10
minutes
out of
easy.
this.
Yeah, 15 minutes easy.
Well, let me do an actual timeline here because it starts. Okay, right here. 25 minutes into the movie, it starts. He doesn't go see David Warner until right here. So 36 minutes. So 9 minutes. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a long time to watch him. There's
Yeah.
not a whole lot going on. It's
Coping
just
with
him
hair loss.
trying different hair things for 9 minutes. It is way too long.
Yeah.
But then he goes and sees the nurse, and here I'll show a little clip.
Deborah
here.
And
Harry.
even after the reveal, it kind
Yeah.
of drags out longer than it needs to. Also,
It does, yeah.
He's too old to be worried about hair like this.
Yeah,
He's already 56
yeah.
something here. So why do you
It
care?
needed to be
Bald
somebody that was like in their 30s or 40s that
Yes.
was going bald too soon. You know?
enough? Yes, it needed to be whatever Skarsgård that dated Maggie Gyllenhaal. That guy did it was aging at like 21. His bald, yeah, that dude.
Or Ed
name?
Harris from the 80s.
Yeah,
Peter Skarsgård
Peter Skarsgård. Yeah.
in Garden State.
Yes, exactly. It needed to be someone a lot younger, but I'm glad it wasn't because I love Stacey Keach. So
Yeah.
it was the only thing I enjoyed in the entire episode. And she is flirting up a fucking storm when he's trying to get new hair. She's like, "Yes, a lot of hair." Yeah,
But she's a
Debbie
whore.
Harry, yeah.
yeah.
Debbie Harry's a whore in this.
She's coming over his new hair ideas,
Yeah.
just loving it. And then
She likes doing the anthology movies. She was in Tales from the Dark Side, the movie.
Well, no, I think this was these movies always make me laugh because it's like they're all 80s stock actors, and personalities in the 80s, their SAG health benefits must have went up that year and they had to go do a movie. So that's why they're in this. They had to maintain their medical benefits.
Yep. To do everybody that's in this movie it's like okay, so how did they get you? Oh yeah. What you just said is probably everybody's motivation.
Desperation. Got it.
Desperation, exactly.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's they're all fine. They're hammy as fuck, and they're going full force in this. And then he gets the hair. It ends up being asks for a lot of hair. He wants to impress. He wants to be Fabio. And then the next day he unwraps it. And
it's growing 6 inches every hour or something.
Yeah. So he gets the hair, immediately bangs Easton again, and then he has a tickle in his throat, and he kind of sets it up. And then she's like, all right, I'll leave, yeah. And then he's kind of sick for the rest of it. He wakes up one morning as a fucking werewolf, a fallen werewolf. Hair coming out of here.
He looks like Teen Wolf, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes.
That's when it starts to fall apart. When he's got that really bad Teen Wolf makeup on, that's where it starts to fall apart for me.
This is where the episode could have been better and could have been stretched out more. Yeah. Is he goes to the doctor, and the doctor's immediately like, oh, we're fucking aliens, dude. We're in your brain. It's yummy. And I was like, oh, this could have been stretched out and been more satisfying.
Well, I like the part where he cuts his arm open, the little falcon's coming out of his arm. It's so bad looking. It's just so terrible.
The CG is just atrocious. It is so bad. But that's really the end, is because we know how it ends. But Dick,
that's why I kind of cut to the chase, because outside of him trying on hair things and then getting to that big, there it is right there.
Dick, you mentioned the stare he has. And
it's great.
Well, that's our chiller stare right there.
That's so good.
Here's what I love about this shot here is because we already know he jumps out the window in front of a train, and you can see in that stare right there, he's about to, and that's going through a curtain, blinds, and a window, and he still hits the train.
Yeah,
because John Carpenter's holding up a body, a bag of liquid. This is a human body. He was dragged by a train for 600 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's what Stacy Keach is about to do.
Can you play some of the John Carpenter jokes, just like 20 seconds of that, just to give people an idea of how fun John Carpenter is when he gets to be himself?
Puns, yeah.
Maybe the last segment.
It's the creep. It's the Crypt Keeper, but without like the really bad puns and all that shit.
And what the hell is Tom Arnold doing in this movie? Was John Landis busy? I feel like John Landis and Tom Arnold's Tobe Hooper should have been in that part. Well, actually, I think it was supposed to be Clive Barker. That's why.
It seems to me maybe I'm going a little thin on top myself. We have time for one more body. Does anyone have anything to share?
Bunch of stiffs.
No volunteers? What a bunch of stiffs.
See, that's a Crypt Keeper joke, but the way he does it works.
Yeah. He gets it. He fucking gets it. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's the best part of the movie. But
he
introduces the third segment. At one point, he drinks a martini, which is formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde
with an eyeball in it. He drops it in the thing, and then he talks about the eye. And then we cut.
What he said? He said he had a joke though with it. I can't remember what it was. He goes, "Oh, it's something like Dead Weight," or no, it wasn't Dead Weight. It was that was the Night Gallery episode we just watched. There's something he has
too many shows. Damn it, too many shows.
He says something right when he drops the eye. It's a pretty funny quip, though. Just play it.
Here he comes.
A little tense. It made someone a little past tense.
You look a little tense. This made him a little past tense.
At this point. So Mark Hamill, they introduced, is a baseball player. He hits a home run. He's like a minor league team.
He's a minor league team. The Giants are looking at him, but he says, "I heard that
before." He's got
a
baseball player accent.
At this time,
I've never seen a baseball player with that accent, but yeah,
he is 42 years old.
Wow,
he's a 42-year-old about to hit the majors finally. Like, you can, but how long is your career going to be?
Well, it's called. He was part of the Moneyball experiment. Is
that what it was?
Oh yeah.
No,
he went to the A's and
he won 20 in a row with Philip Seymour Hoffman as his coach.
And Brad Pitt was
This
like,
is what the movie The Rookie was based on. Mark
That's-
Hamill's.
One of my favorite movies, by the way, is Moneyball. That's a great movie.
I
Moneyball's
have
great. Yeah.
never seen it, and I will.
Moneyball is good.
My favorite movie with Jonah Hill, though, is Wolf of Wall Street. He's fucking
Absolutely,
wonderful
yeah.
in that.
No, but Moneyball
Wonderful.
is a solid movie. It's great.
I'm
Brad
sure it
Pitt is
is.
great.
But that idea, that man, the real life man, has
Yeah.
ruined baseball. fucking
Yeah, I
hate-
understand that, but it's in the movie they talk about it. It's good. It's good.
his launch angle, and like, oh fuck you, play the fucking game, you douchebags. You won one World Series, and then you're like, this is the way. And like, you haven't won ever since. How the fuck are you that great?
No, they won in '89. That was it. They haven't won
Yeah,
since.
that's the one time they won,
Yeah.
and they've never. Oh fuck! And they beat the White Sox last year, so fuck the A's. Fuck the A's. Anyway,
This just turned into a
fuck 'em.
baseball podcast.
I will not watch Moneyball because of several reasons. But
Let's talk about Mark
Fine.
Hamill naked.
Yes.
okay,
Let's show that scene.
he loves his wife too much. The guy says.
Twiggy.
He leaves the game there. He's too fixated on, and I have a personal story here. If you guys will indulge me, he's too fixated on getting a cassette out of his little thing.
Yes, he
And
is.
he's like doing this thing where he's driving.
Do you want to listen to John Denver, or do you want to listen to John Denver's greatest hit?
Yeah, he's in the rain.
This show really shows its age when he's trying to fish a tape out while driving in the dark in the fucking rain on a curve.
I
Then he
loved
sees
it.
a deer and crashes. And this reminds me of when I was 16. Just recently a driver. I was driving. My car radio was out. My stereo, it was broken. But it would play a cassette for some reason. So I had my CD player, like a portable CD player, that you'd have
You put the tape in the tape player.
tape in the tape player, but speakers were broken, like I said. So I had it hooked up to two of my parents' record player speakers. I fixed the wires and I hooked it into the input for the headset, so it would play over them. But one of the speakers, when I was going to school in the morning. I was, sophomore year, and I hit the brakes and the speaker fell over. And I was like, all right, well, it fell over, and I'll go grab it now. And I
If you
look
don't
up,
lose
and
your
it's
eye
a
in this
truck,
story.
and I banged the back of the truck. So I understand where he's coming from.
But did you lose your eye?
I didn't, but I had one of my friend's mom get out and start yelling at me because I banged in the back of her car. Did you even see me? I'm like, you think I saw you and hit you, bitch? Fuck you.
No, my tapes.
Yeah, so I understand. This is exactly what happened. So I was like, why is he so dumb? Oh, I was that dumb. But I was 16. He's 44, 43. No.
I think part of the reason why I refused to keep my tape, I used to have a bunch of tapes too, and I think the reason why I refused to keep them is when I was in the Navy, I went on leave, and I didn't have my truck. My pickup truck was still in Illinois, and I went on leave, and I was going to take my pickup truck, drive it back to where I was stationed in Gulfport, Mississippi. And while I was on my way back, it was January, I hit some black ice, I hit a fucking guardrail, spun around 3 times, okay, and all I remember is seeing tapes flying in the fucking cab of my truck everywhere. It's like, how they say things happen in slow motion when you fucking get in an accident.
True.
Yeah, I'll never buy another tape again. Just remember seeing raining tapes everywhere.
I didn't realize you were stationed in Gulfport, Mississippi, because that's where I lived when I said I was fixing up houses after Katrina. Gulfport, Mississippi.
Yeah. Well,
And-
it depends on
and
when
Long
you were. When I was in Gulfport, it was way before Katrina.
Yeah.
So,
So I only saw horrible desolation. That's all
It
I
is
saw
a
there.
miserable fucking state. I'm sorry if you live in listeners. If you're from Gulfport, all I can say is get the fuck out. Get the fuck out any fucking way you can. There
I
is
was
no
there
life
5
there
months.
at all.
Get the fuck out.
There is no. It's about how long I was there. There is no life there at all.
I was in
Nothing.
Gulfport and Long
death.
Beach, Mississippi, and they're both the fucking worst. I saw Randy Travis play there, and I was like, why the fuck? There's 25 people here. Why are you here?
We
Randy?
used for funsies. We used to go to either Biloxi or
Yeah.
just New Orleans. We just fucking drive to New Orleans.
Well, you can go to New Orleans to the west or Biloxi to the east. You could also go to Pensacola, Florida, if you wanted to. That's a fun time too.
never went to Pensacola. We knew some people that did go there and surf, but surfing wasn't really my thing. But I would definitely go to. I went and saw Ministry in fucking New Orleans. So.
My mom's asking me like really serious questions right now, so I'm trying to focus. But all right,
Mom, I'm busy talking about Mark Hamill's asshole.
Yeah,
his big hairy ass.
Damn right. There's no hair on there. I didn't see a
Oh no, it's like
hair.
a 12-year-old boy. He looks great.
Waxed. He got Brazilian before this shoot.
He was all excited. He goes, "Finally, I can show the world this Luke Skywalker ball sack."
I saw the ass and I saw the hole in the ass too, and that was more Mark Hamill than I ever wanted to see. The shot kind of held a lot longer than it needed to, and I think it's probably because John Carpenter's like, I got Mark Hamill's ass on TV. I'm never going to have this opportunity again. Enjoy it, everybody, because I'm John Carpenter. Fuck you.
Well, there's 3 directors on this. Toby Hooper.
Carpenter did 2 of them.
And there's another
did Toby Hooper do the baseball one, or did
he must have done the? He must have did the baseball one.
Toby Hooper did I.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he crashed his car. Dr. Roger Corman comes in and is like,
"That's right."
The worst bedside manner. He's like, "I'm afraid you've lost your eye."
Another guy who I love,
who's still alive. He's like 93, 94.
He's an absolute gem. He's done so many wonderful things for the movie industry. It's not even fucking funny.
Yeah, he's great in that. He's only in a couple minutes there. He sets it up, and then the other eye doctor takes over. He's like, on this experimental thing.
His walk-ons are usually genuinely good.
Yeah, it's an eyeball from a corpse, obviously, and we're gonna put it in you. We'll get you a contact, so it'll match your eye color. And then they gloss over the surgery, and then it's just afterwards. And he's like, "What can I do?" And he's like, "Nothing strenuous." And then Mark Hamill immediately gets home and is like, "I want to fuck you. Eye surgery makes me horny." And she's like, "I think we should wait. I just told you I have a baby on the way. Can we wait?" And he's like, "No, I want to get in your holes, all 3 of them, in weird order."
Fuck that baby right in its forehead. Boom.
Yeah. So he gets an eye surgery. He has a weird eye. It's like all red. And then immediately she's in the hospital touching him, and he touches her hair, and he's like, gets the flashes and like sees a dead body and shit. And that's really the rest of the episode, right? Tim's hearing weird shit. Like he sees after the sex thing, he goes to sleep and wakes up, and the next morning he looks out into the yard and the garden, and there's like a dirt and a shovel, and he sees a dead body come out with big old titties, and like, ah! And he's like, "No, big titties." And I'd be like, "Yeah, come on, what do you got, big titties?" I don't care if you're a corpse. Dick is falling asleep.
Yep.
Love it.
His yawns are making me yawn. God damn it, Dick. Stop doing that shit. It's contagious.
That ends up being that he imagined the dead bodies, and then we get our unnecessarily aggressive sex scene with Mark Hamill asshole.
Oh yeah,
and Twiggy. No naked Twiggy, just naked Mark Hamill for some reason. Kind of strange. Strange choice.
I went and looked up. I'm like, what is that sex scene? And I found, and it's like he's wearing the cock sock, and she has the underwear on, the nude underwear. So there's no actual nudity.
Yeah.
Except his ass.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that is so aggressive the way they show it, and why show it then?
He's biting her shoulder.
It's weird because you guys are kind of close to my age a little bit. I mean, I'm older than you, but we're still kind of almost in the same generation. So you grew up with Mark Hamill in the Star Wars stuff. You don't think of him that way. So when you see him doing a scene like that, it's jarring. It's like walking in on your parents or something. It's just
I think
weird.
that's why he did it.
I think so too. I think he just wanted to have that on his fucking resume. Like, I did a nude scene with Twiggy.
It was 10 years after the last Star Wars movie, and he's like,
right?
I need work. I don't think, like, if this was 1985, I think it would be him.
He's probably still sitting there thinking, well, maybe they'll turn those Timothy Zahn novels into a Star Wars movie, and I'll get work again. Yeah, well, that never fucking happened.
No, I love Mark Hamill outside of Star Wars too. So, I mean, he's my favorite Joker. His voice for Joker is great.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
He's great.
He reinvented himself as a voice actor. Yeah.
The first, what's it called? No, not Gentleman. The movie that reminds me of that. What's the fuck is that called, Dick? This is right up your alley. The Colin Firth spy movies with.
Oh, the
Kingsman.
Kingsman. He's great in that first one.
Yeah. He said the doctor. Hello.
Immediately gets his head blown
Blows
up.
up. Yeah.
Great. And, when he shows up, I'm always on board.
Yeah.
And so watching his asshole shake over
Whole
Twiggy
new level of love for Mark Hamill.
was a bit jarring. I'll be honest. I was like,
Okay.
oh, this is going on for a while. Oh my god, they're showing us. Okay,
It's weird that I'm saying this because I'm a big firm believer in gratuitous nudity. It's a little too gratuitous even for me. You know, it's
big fan of butt nudity, and this one sells it.
all my favorite movies I realize have male nudity in it, like Shawshank and
Tai Chi.
a ton of
William
them.
Sadler doing his naked Tai Chi and Die Hard 2.
Damn right. But I know.
Let me guess. You probably got the collector's edition of Brokeback Mountain up there somewhere.
I've never seen that, but I'm totally on board. But I
Figured
noticed
so,
a lot of my favorite movies. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of male nudity in these, like American Psycho, and I'm like,
make sure you get around to watching The Man Who Fell to Earth. You'll really love that one.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll give you
I
a
heard
huge
stories about
boner.
that as well.
David Bowie's cock in every scene.
David Bowie's cock and Rip Torn's cock as well.
I would love to see that.
I've seen Rip Torn's ass so many times now.
You want to see my cock?
Yeah,
You know how in the
Fuck me,
70s,
boy.
like in the 70s, they would put nudity in movies even when it really didn't do anything for the fucking movie?
Oh, yeah.
That particular movie, if there's somebody in the movie, they will be naked at some point. Anybody. Like absolutely anybody in that fucking movie. Man Who Fell to Earth. Candace Clark. David Bowie. Naked as the day they were born.
Now, I would like to see Candy Clark naked.
Yeah, she had
and
been.
it's
In her prime.
Is it Candace Bergman or Candace
No,
Clark?
Candy Clark. It's not-
Candace
no.
Clark from American
Candace
Graffiti.
Clark.
Yeah.
Tell me when it's Murphy Brown, and I'll be on board.
Yeah, from
No, it's
1975.
Candace Clark from American Graffiti. That one.
No,
She's built like a brick shit house. She's good.
great.
She's pretty good. She's not as good as Mark Hamill's asshole, but she's close. She's close.
So the pros and cons, guys, of having
Oh.
seen Mark Hamill's taint, what are they? What are the pros?
Pros. I feel like I could meet the guy in person, and it's like it's a UCB sketch on the show, the Ass Pennies one, where he talks about Ian Walsh talks about, or even Ian Roberts has a conversation on a golf course with Matt Walsh, and he's like, "How are you so confident?" He's like, "Ass pennies." He's like, "Every day I stick $3 worth of pennies up my ass and I hand them out, so I know if I met someone on the golf course or business meeting, you handle my ass pennies." That's what I feel about this. I can meet Mark Hamill and go, "I've seen your taint. You've not seen mine. Hello, sir. How are you?"
And just follow around with your taint hanging out.
Yeah.
Hello, let me ask you a few questions.
UCB is the most underrated sketch show ever. It's my favorite.
It's a good one.
I love sketch comedy so much. I fucking eat that shit up. What about you, Dick? What's the pros of having seen Mark Hamill's taint?
Oh, I'll never watch Return of the Jedi the same again.
I love
And then I just like the fact that he's calling Twiggy a whore. And he's gonna
Yeah,
kill her
he's
with,
overpeeling.
you fucking whore! I'll kill you, whore!
because
I'm digging your grave, you fucking whore.
Nothing more fun than watching your child hero turn into the drunk, crazy uncle that he had to go home because he had too much to drink.
what's your upside, Dick or Adam? Before we move on to the next scene,
My upside is I can check that off the bucket list. Yep, saw Mark Hamill's taint. But the upside is also not nearly as offensive as his performance in The Last Jedi.
So his performance was fine.
he bites her in the shoulder. She freaks
Bad,
out.
bad script.
He
Bad
bites her
script.
and he tells her to leave him alone. The next morning, she wakes up on the couch. She goes up the stairs because she hears mumbling. We see him mumbling into the Bible, like, he's like, "Leave me alone!" I said, "You're a whore." And he takes her.
And I
to
think
the
that's
garden.
why he got this part. When you want somebody to have a complete fucking mental breakdown, Mark Hamill is your guy. He's really good at playing a nutball. Like, really good.
Because he calms back down. He goes to the doctor, and he's calm for all of 4 seconds into that conversation. He's like, "Hey, doctor. Hey, what the fuck happened to my eye?" And his doctor's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "What's with this eye? Where did you get it from?" He's like, "John Randall. He was executed in the gas chamber." I'm like, is that the best eye to give to somebody?
Well, it became available that night. So they
Became available,
executed him
yeah.
quickly.
He obviously
I would
didn't
think
need it.
the eye full of toxins, though, would not be the eye to throw into a body.
He probably donated it to pay for the funeral or pay for somebody.
The state will pay
else
for that shit. You're on death row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think they want to be the guy who died in the automobile, the bike wreck. Some eyeball that's not tainted by chemicals.
Donated the eye to pay his mother's insurance bill or something. Who the fuck knows? Yeah.
But instead, he gets the eye of an executed killer who kills women and has sex with their dead bodies. Therefore, he goes back to his house and immediately tries to attack his wife. Ties her hair around the table leg.
That was weird.
Hilarious.
That was really fucking weird.
He spends like 4 days digging a hole that's obviously a grave in the backyard, and she does nothing about it.
But she goes,
like,
"What are you doing?"
When you see somebody digging that much and you don't see any saplings sitting around, he's not planting anything. He's digging a fucking grave.
And he even tells her at the end, "I'm digging your fucking grave, whore!" And he throws a shovel at her.
I noticed you dug a 6x2 foot hole in the ground, by 6 foot deep. What's that about? And he's like,
when you see somebody digging a hole that big and there's no saplings sitting around and no mulch and no pot soil, something is wrong. Okay, it's okay to ask questions at that point.
He reminded me of a much better movie, which is Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Written by Richard Matheson, so we'll discuss that as well.
Yeah.
But he reminded me of that, where he just goes insane and starts digging into his basement and shit, like looking for a grave for some reason.
Here's my problem with this, Phoenix, is I like the story. It's okay. It's kind of like maybe I don't want to say Twilight Zone. It's not nearly good enough for Twilight Zone. It would be more like maybe a Tales from the Crypt type.
It's Creep Show or Tales from the Crypt.
It's Creep Show or Tales from the Crypt. But it's an okay story. I can go with it. All right.
It's great.
There's no sense at all to be seeing things through an eye, like just fused to a fucking brain. But I'm okay to go with that. Okay, it's fine. The problem I have is I love crazy Mark Hamill. Regular baseball player Mark Hamill, not so much. I feel like this part was written for Steve Railsback, but they got Mark Hamill in because more people know who he is than they know who Steve Railsback is.
And nobody wants to see Steve Railsback's ass.
Well,
we saw enough of that in Life Force.
Life Force, right? Because he's also good at playing a crazy person.
It's Mark Hamill's time to show his ass.
It's Mark Hamill doing his impression of Steve Railsback. But, Mark Hamill can totally embody the crazy part, but when it comes time to him just playing a normal baseball player, I didn't buy it. So when stuff happened to him, I didn't really feel all that sorry for him. And having to suffer through looking at his bare butt didn't help anything either. So,
but I don't blame Mark Hamill for that. I blame Toby
Hooper. But I totally blame Toby Hooper because not everything he made was gold. I like a lot of Toby Hooper movies, but this one here he was kind of phoning it in.
I do not like Toby Hooper movies.
Oh, you know?
He's made 1.5 good ones.
He made Life Force, right?
Yeah. He made Life Force. He made Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He made Poltergeist. He directed Poltergeist.
Okay, Poltergeist is good.
Well, Poltergeist is about 40.
He also did 60. Invaders from Mars. Yeah, Invaders from Mars is fun. Yeah,
I would say Toby Hooper directed 40% of Poltergeist.
Steven Spielberg showed up.
Absolutely.
That. It is clearly Spielberg for most of that. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think, is so fucking overrated.
Really? Oh, I like it. Yeah, I like that one.
I want to like it, but I just can't get on board. I find it way too boring and
actually didn't see that movie until about, I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I finally watched it because I could never get my hands on a copy of it. There was always Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, 3, 4, 5.
Or The Next Generation with Zellweger.
Yeah, or one of the fucking bullshit sequels. I said I just want to sit through the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and see what all the hype is about. And I watched it, and I found it genuinely unnerving. And I think part of it is because you and I have both been in the Deep South, down in Mississippi. We were just talking about it. We've seen some people that fit those criteria, okay?
Yes.
At some point. You've run into people where you're pretty sure that they're bumping cousins, something, There's some inbreeding going on somewhere.
We're not here to discuss that movie, but
it's
one of those movies where if people like it, it's the same thing I had with Taxi Driver. I finally watched that and I go,
it's okay.
Yeah.
Taxi Driver, it's one of those.
It's Scorsese's 14th best movie, and people talk about it's the greatest fucking. And I get at the time it was probably holy shit, what is this? But
It's
really
more
a
the
performance movie. It's not so
more
much
the
the script. Yeah.
Well, I'd say it's more the script. It's Paul Schrader. Paul Schrader wrote Taxi Driver, so it's Paul Schrader's angry white man syndrome thing.
The problem
And
is
he
I
does
watched
that a
it,
lot.
and I'm sitting there, I'm like, hey, Albert Brooks is right. Listen to him.
Yeah.
He's like, that guy's a fucking weirdo. Don't go out with him.
Yeah.
And she doesn't acknowledge any of that. And I'm like, no, listen to Albert Brooks. He's right. This guy's a fucking mohawk driving a cab.
I just think that I think that
porno
the
with him?
story would have been better had it been directed by somebody else and it had some better actors. I hate to say it. Twiggy and Mark Hamill are sleepwalking through this, and it kind of drags it down a bit for me because like I said, I like the script, I like the concept, I just didn't like the execution of it.
It's interesting. I find, personally, this is my preference. I find Mark Hamill great in this, except for the fact they make him a baseball player. But once that's out of the way, you forget it because you're obsessed. His eyeball, and
he's a baseball player for about 10. He's not a baseball player long enough to even acknowledge him as a baseball player.
Yeah,
once he gets the eye, he's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. Once I got
now,
past
there's a fucking movie I would pay to see. I would pay to see Mark Hamill do Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That would be wonderful.
But I after that I was fine. Like I was like, oh, Mark Hamill, why are you doing this? And then because I was like, you're too old. I didn't know how old he was, but I'm like, you look too old for this, sir. And then he's fine after that for me. And I was like, all right, he's fine. And then he's going back and forth, and he ties her hair around the table leg, and he goes to kill. Goes to kill her. She talks him out of it with a typical speech of, "I'm your wife. We have a kid in the way," and he stabs himself in the eye. That's how it ends.
Yeah.
And I was like, it works. And I liked it a lot more after the baseball shit. So that's how I saw it. But I don't have a problem with Mark Hamill. Dick, you have a problem with Mark Hamill?
I don't have any problem with Dickie Mark Hamill.
Okay. What about his taint? Was it taint-delicious? Would you lick it?
Oh, well, shit. It was perfect tannage.
It was quite bootylicious.
It was just like that song, WAP.
Did it look like he spent some time in a tanner before he did that scene? Like he knew his butt was going to be hanging out? So
wet ass pussy.
In the sun.
I say, wet ass asshole.
Wet ass.
It is so close to literally seeing his asshole.
But then the best part, though, is after that's all done, John Carpenter has one more segment.
Back to the morgue, and that's probably one of the better parts is the closeout. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. This is why I was excited. This is why I wanted to mention this is a 4th segment. Because we get the ending of this. It has a beginning, middle, and end.
You're right, yeah.
I
guess I was thinking of it in terms of the individual body bags as being stories, but there is
sometimes 4 stories just have it like that. It reminds me of a Tales from the Dark Side, or Tales from the Hood. It has the stories, but also the way they're telling this story. The base is its story within itself, and this is this is before that, but it also has the same thing where that is its own little mini story, where it's revealed that John Carpenter is like, that's the last story, and he sets down some stuff, and he's like, oh shit, and he hears the people coming, he's like, gotta get ready, and he takes off the little morgue top, and then gets into a body bag, and
he's got his toe tag on.
He has a toe tag. He's like, it's cold in here, and he has a huge wound right here.
Yeah,
and then Tom Arnold and Toby Hooper come down, and Tom Arnold is reliving his days at the Hormel factory in Iowa, and it's like, let's get the saw out, and he saws him open. And I love that John Carpenter the whole time is like looking at the camera like,
he's like, oh fuck yeah, he's got that oh fuck look on his face.
He has such a comic relief after that heavy episode that is eye, that when he's getting cut up, and then Toby Hooper's like, I'm gonna go get coffee. He leaves, and he's like, he's like, oh. He talks about, he's like, Tom Arnold pulls out his liver. He's like, what are you drinking, formaldehyde?
Yeah. The longer they drag this part out, the funnier it gets. Like, this is the part where it's okay to keep stretching because it makes it funnier as the time progresses. You keep seeing the different facial expressions on John Carpenter. Well, see, I'm glad you mentioned that because this is the reason why I love John Carpenter so much as a director. It's not just his movies or his music. He's fun to listen to. His commentaries are genuinely entertaining. Like, he's got interesting shit to say, funny shit to say. Just his outlook towards things. It's lines up with the way I look at things too. He
Yeah.
definitely has a very cavalier attitude towards the world in general.
He has the punk rock attitude I have
Yes.
toward Hollywood, which is,
Yeah.
I want to do what I want to do. If you don't agree, fuck yourself. I'll do my own thing. That's how I always felt.
And he's got every right to do it because he started off an indie developer. It just blew up overnight, and Hollywood chewed him up and spat him out. And he's seasoned for it, and he doesn't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
I don't-
He had some hits. You know, he had a revival in his career, kind of towards the end there. But you know,
You say they
for the
spit
most
him out.
part,
I
he's
think he spit
retired.
himself
Yeah.
out. I think he went, no, bye-bye, and drifted away.
Well, I mean, the funny thing about him though is all the stuff that he had that were supposedly flops are now like people like they're cult classics. Like, how many cult classics has the guy directed now? You know,
He's a
that
good
were
director to
flops
look
when
at.
they came out.
You can look at John Carpenter and go, everything he made that was shitty made money.
Yeah.
Everything he made that was good made no money and is a cult hit. It's a weird anomaly.
Yeah,
We're really exposed
really
to how
is,
Hollywood
yeah.
these movies. It's fucking bizarre, but I did the second time I watched it this morning. I was watching, and this will blow your minds, guys, and I'm serious. I went, I want to sit down with that guy, and if I could sit down with any director, living or dead, it wouldn't be Frankenheimer, it'd be Carpenter.
Oh, sure.
That's weird hearing that from you.
I know, but I go, I would personally attach myself more to Carpenter's personality than Frankenheimer. He would just tell me like, you know, he's more of a serious guy. Carpenter is way more up my alley. Like,
Yeah.
He's a funny fucking guy. He's really dry, and I one of the funny parts was listening to him talk about Big Trouble in Little China, and he's talking about how many times the studio execs watching that movie would look over at him and say, well, you know, Kurt Russell's character, he's not very good, is he? You know, and John Carpenter looking at Kurt Russell like, yeah, that was the fucking idea, guy. You know, it took you this long to figure that shit out. You know? Shit just goes over everybody's head. Yeah.
I made some mistakes tonight with Chiller. Yeah, right,
It's a good palate cleanser from Chiller, that's for sure.
Holy shit! I'm so glad we did this because we can talk about
Yeah.
something I actually enjoyed 2/3 of.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to cut Chiller short so we could talk about this a little longer.
Yeah.
So if we had to rate the episodes, the 4 episodes in like least favorite to favorite, I would go. I'll start so you guys can think about it. Hair, least favorite. Oh God, what are I? And then the morgue, and then gas station is my favorite. But Carpenter as the mortician dude, you know, mortician is so great, but it's not enough of a story to really, you know, elevate it above gas station, because I think gas station is one of it reminded me of Someone's Watching Me. It reminded me of that style of directing where he's more
kind of like that. He's good at that stuff.
and it's
yeah.
like that weird voyeurism camera he has in that movie.
Well,
where
that's
you're
really
walking
what
through the
Halloween was. When Halloween came out,
Yes.
that's what that was. That was that you know, voyeur, you know, looking through the
Voyeur
eyes
for
of
the
the
camera.
killer types. Yeah, voyeur for the camera shit that
And-
made it work.
Halloween, we have not talked about Halloween, ironically, on this show, which is his most famous movie. And this episode reminded me a lot of it, but it was like him making fun of Halloween and the killer and Michael Myers in Halloween, where he just keeps getting up in the background.
Setting it in Haddonfield.
That
Yeah.
same music stinging, and he gets up in the background when he's knocked out, and he's like, "Ooh," and he gets he grabs a machete off the ground. I'm like, this is fucking Michael Myers. Like, and he slowly comes after her. Yeah, I really did enjoy the morgue and gas stations. I had some problems with, and Hair is unwatchable as far as I'm concerned.
It's a shame that they use that for the pilot. I think that's what brings it down a notch. But don't you just wonder, though? And I remember the first time I watched this, like, what if this would have taken off and would have been a regular thing? Like,
Yes.
how long would that have gone? How long would
Probably
that
3
last?
seasons, and that would have been
How
it.
much wonderful John Carpenter dialogue will we have had? It would have put Creepshow out of business.
With an anthology series, 3 seasons is a fucking blessing. Keep in
Well,
mind,
yeah, this day and age, yeah.
Jordan Peele 2019 Twilight Zone could not even get a 3rd season. So
You guys have both seen what? 2 episodes of the new Creepshow?
one.
You've only seen one.
Just the
each
one we watched.
season is a set of 2 stories. Each episode is 2 stories. So each
And
season is like
our next
like
episode
16 episodes.
I picked our next episode. Do you want to hear what it is?
Yeah.
I already told you, but it is going to be Creep Show 205 and Night of the Living Late Show. I already told you, but
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which I have seen, and I'm excited to talk about it.
yeah. Justin Long. Can't wait.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I like Justin Long. He's good in the right thing, but he's also
He's good
a
in
lot of bad
this.
things.
Yeah, he's good in this.
Yeah, he looked like it was fun. I was choosing a poster and I had to scroll through it. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? He looks like he's having fun. So that's all I saw.
It wound up being a season finale, but it's a good season finale. It's a good way to send it off.
It's a whole episode. It's not a 2-part one.
No, yeah, this one was a whole episode. They
Yeah.
dedicated the whole episode to this one. So very good.
So do you guys disagree with my ranking at all?
No, I would say that's one
no,
of mine.
Are you giving this an overall score too, or just
No,
ranking?
I was
the,
just.
the
We are going to
images?
rank.
Okay.
We are going to score it, but
Okay.
I just want to. Do you guys disagree at all with my rankings of the episodes
No.
of the segments?
Why would I disagree with your opinion?
No, I'm asking if you have a different opinion on the rankings of the.
Oh, I would do mine a little differently. I liked
what I was
well,
asking.
obviously the gas station was the best. The creep the body bag part setup was probably the second. The Mark Hamill one would be my third, and then Hair would obviously be
That
the
was
last
the
one,
exact
so.
same order I gave.
Oh, I just did it backwards. Okay. All right.
Dick, you agree? Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
We're all in
It's-
agreement.
it's the same, yeah.
So we're
I
all on
would
the same
say-
page then. Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's fairly clear because their Hair is obviously the worst, although Stacey Keach is the best performance. in
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
entire-
So there's at least still something to like about all of them. You
Well,
know, none
yeah,
of them just like,
honestly-
oh fuck that. Yeah, none of it was chiller. Okay, so
it shows you how good Stacey Keach is. That
yeah,
his performance makes me want to rank it higher, but the episode is just so bad. But he's great. Like if I go performance, I'm going Stacey Keach and Hair first, and then
Stacey Keach and Mike
a long
Hammer.
fucking list. Oh god. But anyway, yeah. Overall ratings. What do you give this movie, Adam? You chose it, so
7 out of 10. I would say this is probably second tier John Carpenter. This is like later in his career when things just kind of started to meander a little bit, and he was kind of just, I think, getting tired of it. It wasn't fun for him anymore. You know, I think
acting was
the last fun movie he made was Vampires. You know,
It was 98
which
though.
we
That was
liked.
after this.
That was his last one, though, because I remember he said, "If I don't enjoy doing this, I'm never doing anything ever again." And he actually enjoyed doing that one.
his first movie after this was In the Mouth of Madness, and that's a fucking great
Yeah, it was
movie.
great.
That's a great movie.
Fucking
It's a
great.
great
So
movie.
this was a return to form from where he'd been. He's having the time of his life in it, and because of it, when he's happy, I'm happy. He's just kind of one of those guys that I like to listen to him go on about stuff, and when he's excited about something, he's even more fun to listen to. He's a very animated guy when he's excited to be talking about something, and I liked watching him yuck it up as a anthology horror movie host. You know, he's almost doing it in the traditional sense of like of the old monster TV show hosts. You know, like
Yeah,
Sven
Boris
Gulli
Karloff.
came to mind, or Boris Karloff, or even a little bit of Joe Bob Briggs in there. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like, yeah. So
And we watched Joe Bob Briggs in The Stand.
Yeah.
We had to watch.
He showed up in the stand. It was great.
It was
John
great.
Bloom. Yeah.
Guess what his character name was, Adam?
John.
Guess what Joe Bob Briggs played in The Stand?
Joe Bob.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. anything
Hey,
about-
Joe
I
Bob.
I
No,
never
I
read
was-
The Stand.
I
Yeah.
was hinting very clearly for you to say Joe Bob. But yeah, you're right. He played a character
Joe
named
Bob.
Joe Bob. But I will completely agree with everything Adam just said. I won't add much. I also gave it a 7. I love 2/3 of this. 3/4 of this, I should say. Hair is weirdly the one I remember from childhood where I fucking hated it, and I still fucking hate it. But at least I love Stacey Keach then, and I love Stacey Keach now. So I love
But
him. But
that's
it's
the
such
fun
a
thing
drag.
about anthology. The fun thing about anthology movies, though, it's kind of like going to see a band. Okay, like maybe you didn't like the opening act, but maybe the second act that came out after that was better. But you always got the main act. There's always something to like. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So
And watching
Potluck.
watching the it's a what's it called, the restaurants like
Smorgasbord.
it's a buffet of different shows you can watch. But
Yep.
John Carpenter was making fun of anthology movies. He goes, I fucking hate them. That's what he said in the commentary, or not the commentary, but the like I said, I watched all the behind the scenes stuff, and he goes, I fucking hated it. And it cuts to Sandy King, who goes, if someone handed in a script and they thought John would hate it, they handed it to me. So I told him to read this, and he goes, oh, I can play this character. And she goes, yes, you can. And he goes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's why he chose this.
Of course.
He goes, anthology TV is different. Anthology TV movies, I fucking hate.
Yeah.
So, but he chose to do this because he can play the morgue guy.
He is. He's doing like an old school monster TV show host, which I'm sure he watched a lot of growing up. So you can tell everything he does, you see hints of it. You know.
His other interview was, I was so uncomfortable doing this because I never acted. I don't act much, but they got me in makeup, and makeup made me not realize I'm not me, so I could just do whatever I wanted. So it loosened me up. So that's how a lot of like SNL people are. They're really, if you realize, those people are really shy for the most part. But if they're in a wig and makeup, they're different. But that's John Carpenter did that, and he fucking slayed his scenes. They're so fun. Like even his intro when he has a chainsaw and he goes, and walks away, just shrugs.
When I first saw that, I'm like, are we getting this John Carpenter night? I'm like, oh, all right. We're getting Crazy Carpenter. I love Crazy Carpenter.
I'm so glad they threw that the intro for no reason. Because he's like, boom, and it dies, and he's like, and walks away. I was like, okay, I know what we're watching.
And that's totally Carpenter character too. He's playing an exaggerated version of himself, and you know that's something I like shows and movies where people play exaggerated versions of themselves.
Yes,
you know, like Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know, like that kind of shit. You know,
I want to sit down with Carpenter and just ask him 1,000 questions. Frankenheimer, if I sat down with, I'd have 4 questions. And they'd be like, those are the answers, thank you. Carpenter would make me think of different questions to ask him as the answers went on. So that's why I want to sit down with him instead of...
You know how they always have those questions? It's like, they always ask you, oh, well, you know, who would you want to spend a day with? And I'm like, there's not enough time to spend just a day with Carpenter. I want to spend a weekend with Carpenter where we just go out to the woods and go fishing and just listen to him talk. I won't even ask him specific questions. Just tell me fucking funny stories about making movies. That's all I want to hear is that. For 3 days, it still wouldn't be enough. But it'd be better than just one day.
No.
You want to ask him about the movies. I want to ask him about the Hollywood system and how he dealt with that throughout the ages. And either way,
just the bureaucracy. Listen to him talk about the bureaucracy is his best shit. He hates all of it.
His punk rock attitude toward movies is what I love about the man. That's why I want to.
He might be older, but his attitude hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah. I might not always love his movies, but I love the man.
Yeah.
Like I'm fascinated by him. But Dick, what do you give the movie out of 10?
I'd be a 7. It's like it's a second tier Carpenter for sure, but it's a lot of fun. But he elevates it, so it's just fun watching Carpenter have fun.
Yes, I agree.
And I would say that's the takeaway. He doesn't do this in any other movie ever, so this is the one kind of gold star that you have for this movie. Is you get to see John Carpenter have fun, and that never happens anywhere else, really.
If something like this was made now, it would just catch on fire. It would be on fire overnight. But when this came out, everybody was just not really into it, obviously, you know, because it didn't catch. Yeah.
I remember watching this on HBO as a kid, or Showtime rather, I guess, because it's a Showtime movie. And I was like, what the fuck? I knew who John Carpenter was, but I was like, what is this? And all I retained in my memory was the Stacy Keach part, unfortunately. It's just weird because I was like...
He only remembers the things that hurt him the most.
But before I watched this again, I rated the movie a 5. All I remembered from childhood was...
Yeah, if that was all you watched, that would be a 5, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad you picked this, Adam. I'm glad we finally got around to it. Unfortunately, though, that does leave Dick in the situation of having to choose next time. I don't want to say next week because we're not doing it every week. But what?
Elvis.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Hey, hold on. You got to choose it sometime.
I know.
The fog.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me tell you what we have. Let me show you what we have, actually. Because I threw this on you the last second. I did want to know because I didn't want you to tell me. We have Captain Voyeur, a short, Salt and Precinct 13, Eyes of Laura Mars, Halloween, Elvis, The Fog, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Starman, Black Moon Rising, El Diablo, Blood River, Memoirs of a Invisible Man, Silent Predators, he wrote, Salt and Precinct 13, the remake, Fog remake, Crow Life, The Masters of Horror is the other one. We chose the
I
last
watched
one.
that. No.
Ward, The Thing remake, and Lockout remake of.
Well, the Thing and the Lockout are awful. I would do Season of the Witch. But why Season of the Witch?
He produced it, and he also
produced
shot
it?
from the beginning.
Okay.
But you're skipping Halloween 2 or Halloween 1?
Oh, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch? That's a fun one, dude. Yeah, that's a great choice. That's a great pick.
3. Yeah, let's do
You're gonna
Halloween
skip
3.
Yeah,
the first
man.
2?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
Halloween 3 doesn't tie into Halloween anyway.
Halloween 2 is boring as fuck. Halloween
Hey.
3, Season of the Witch is fun.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give Dick credit for going off the beaten path. He's choosing one John
Yeah.
Carpenter did not direct.
Yeah.
No,
He
but
just
it
produced
doesn't matter. It's a great fucking movie. Yeah.
and he was setting up as, which is funny because he's railing against anthology things in this movie, but he was setting this up as Halloween is an anthology movie series.
Yeah.
And
You get,
I've already done Halloween 3 on B Movie Battle as episode 3. And yeah, it's something. Tom,
I don't think I've ever.
You get full blown Tom Atkins in all of his Tom Atkins glory. In this
I
one,
don't
man.
think I've seen Halloween 3 all the way through in one sitting. I don't think I've ever seen it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch. I'll watch that one. I'm excited because I never really.
It's
have seen
fucking
it.
nonsense, but it's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'll just say in the B Movie Battle, if you go to my YouTube page, Lloyd in Wonderland, and you watch the trailer that pops up if you're a new viewer, it shows the trailer for B Movie Battle, and one of the clips is from that, and he already banged the girl like 3 times, and then it cuts to Tom Atkins going, "Hey, how old are you?" I was like, "Now you're fucking asking? Are you serious?"
It's like, it doesn't matter. A statutory rape is already done. It's already been committed, you
You've
bastard.
already been in there 3 times.
He is an asshole in this movie, but I
yeah.
still love it, though. I love
Well,
this
now
fucking
it made me
movie.
more excited.
Stop
Yeah.
it! Stop it! Stop it! Ending. It's great. And then they Looney Tunes out of the.
And you will have that song stuck in your head forever after you watch that shit. Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
so great, Dick. You've not seen it all the way.
Yeah. I think,
you're in for a
It
treat.
is-
I almost wish I could watch it with you. I do. I wish
It
we
is
could
a
watch it together.
Fascinating
Yeah.
watch. But yeah, let's. Okay, so fuck it. We're going out
Yeah.
of order in the Halloween
Yeah.
movies.
Let's do that.
Halloween 3 next in 3 weeks from now. Interesting. Okay, I didn't expect this.
Oh God!
Sure
Is there
you
any
make
way
you
we can
Halloween.
we can watch party that shit? Is there any way we can find the time to do that?
We'll
I would
try.
be so down for that.
I will
Just
record it
We
if we
all
do.
watch it together. Yeah,
It makes me
that'd be,
realize
that'd be a
that
nice
next-
commentary to upload. Yeah.
So Dick's going to choose this. I'm going to choose something else. Dick is frozen for real, by the way. And then
Yeah, I see
Adam is
that.
clearly going to choose the fog, just to piss me off.
You know what? I just for that I am going to pick the fog just to piss you off.
I know you are. You already
That'll be
said
the
it.
next one we watch. Yeah.
So Adam's off the show in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's been
Whatever.
nice. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been fun, but I don't know if it's been real fun.
We got to get... Oh, your Green Day? We got to get through... Oh, you're blurry as fuck. There we go. That was weird. We got to get through a bunch of... Yeah, Dick is still frozen. What's he doing there? Ooh. What the fuck is
He's
happening?
got a big old dick in his mouth.
He's got a dick or a wad of tobacco he's about to spit out. There goes Dick. Bye-bye. Anyway, we're done anyway, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so next week we're not doing John Carpenter, we're doing John Frankenheimer. A double dipping of John Frankenheimer. Unfortunately, it's Island of Dr. Moreau, and then
Yes! Yes!
Lost Soul, The Doom Journey of Richard.
Oh, we doing the documentary? Perfect. That's perfect. That's a perfect setup.
Well,
Yeah,
I
great.
chose Lost Soul, and I go, we have to watch the movie before we do that.
Yeah,
But
you do.
I said,
You
do
do.
both. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll do both.
So keep
Because
in mind,
they do make a good double feature. The two
Gotta
of
keep
them.
them separated.
It's kind of like watching The Room and then watching The Disaster Artist back to back. You almost have to. Same way with watching Dolomite and then watching Dolomite Is My Name back to back. You just fucking have to.
You have to watch the movie and then understand it.
Yep. You have to watch the movie to get the fucking jokes. Yep.
Unfortunately, Adam, on 6/23, so June 23rd, our 6th episode of John Frankenheimer Review is Birdman of Alcatraz, another prison movie. So I'm so sorry. If you want to skip that week, I understand.
Okay.
But it's a really good movie.
You said that about Andersonville. And
Which
I think
is a
you
good
liked
movie.
that a lot more than I did. Yeah.
Well, I said if you want to skip the fucking podcast, go right ahead, and you didn't.
Okay.
So kind of on you.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll
If
see.
you want to skip Birdman of Alcatraz, go right ahead.
I'll research it.
It's Burt Lancaster. You can't go wrong.
You're right. If it's Burt Lancaster, I can survive it.
All right. Let's get out of here. So Dick's gone.
Dick's internet died, so I'll be playing the part of Dick tonight.
So let me just say, if you're on the live stream, next time is John Frankenheimer, I just mentioned. The week after that is Nick Cage cast Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
The week after that, we have John Carpenter again, which is, he just chose Halloween 3. The week after that, Birdman of Alcatraz. The week after that, Nick Cage cast again, The Weatherman in 2005.
Oh, no.
You can also go to LIWstudios.com, check out all the podcasts and videos. You can see our live episode schedule that Adam came up with, which is a genius fucking idea. Thank you so much for that. Helps so much. And you can see exactly what we're doing week by week. But other than that, yeah, youtube.com/Liberty Wonderland. Tuesday nights, Twilight Zone. Wednesday nights, Anthology Series, or Carpenter, Frankenheimer, or Nick Cage movie, like I just said. 10 p.m. Eastern live shows. Adam?
You can catch me at RaidersLostFlix.com. I haven't really been uploading too much lately because I just got a lot going on in my life, but I will be resuming. At some point, we'll be doing some more Orville reviews, and I will eventually be bringing back the bad movie watch and review at some point. Usually when we have a birthday coming up and stuff like that, so I'll be coming back. Otherwise, hit me up on Twitter, Raiders_OTLF.
I have a birthday.
You do. We could
3
have
days.
you as a guest on the show. That'll give us an excuse to do a bad movie watch and review. You'll pick the movie.
It'll give me an excuse to avoid my family.
I changed it. I don't do a double feature anymore. I do any movie as long as you can devise a means and a way for us to all watch that movie without us having to pay for it. So that's all I say, because we're not made out of money. So
Well, let's do one on Sunday. I don't know. We'll talk about it off.
Yeah,
broadcast.
well, we always do those like on a weekend. We can always change the date.
Yeah,
So,
we'll figure something
yeah.
out. But let's get out of
Not
here,
beholden to
Adam.
Friday. Yep. Oh, for Dick Dickett, Lord of the Wonderland podcast, Lord of the Wonderland Anthology review, and Lord of the Wonderland Twilight Zone review.
Adam,
LordoftheWonderland.com.
I wish, Adam. You know what I mean by that. I wish certain things. And let's move on. Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Man, Wilcox.
And Dick Dickett's no longer here because his camera froze or something, or he had a dick in his mouth. We don't know which. Yeah. Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix, Mark Hamill's Bear Taint West.
Yeah, Wilcox. I'm Adam Wilcox again, just like I was last time. Yeah, this is when the alcohol starts kicking in. You start
No, I
repeating
know.
yourself.
I wanted to say Mark Hamill.
You're on a fucking loop now. You're just on an endless loop.
I wanted to say Mark Hamill's taint, and I had to redo it. That's
what I want to know is if you sat through that Chiller episode one more time, would you be able to down a whole other bottle of that shit?
I have. Well, I drink this much during tonight, which is most of the bottle, and I have another. Like, this is what I have from last night. So I probably could.
Ooh, you would hate yourself so much in the morning.
Well, I hate myself already, and I'm fine. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm fine, and I don't want to deal with Chiller again. No, thank you.
No.
Until next. No, I'm kidding.
Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare.
So long, citizens. Bye, Dick. Apparently
Shut up the fucking podcast.
You're a ghost. All right, podcast is done.